she want fame stunting. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Devil is a lie, what you want, fame stunting. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. The devil is fame stunting.
There was a dude named Water that used to be with Polite, and he.
This chick is not even basic. Sex worker with pride, heavily medicated. Mouth filled with lies, mad that she is basic. Face it, I know that your poor life had you jaded. Going from home to home, no fam wanted you hated. Disrespecting my name, give flame for all your hatred. You never ride with Doc, you used to say that he did it. Sided with the enemy, don't lie, no you did it. In the office with silly seal, queen better admit it. Now you flip it, to fool the family, you never get it, I'm living. Been here for 20 years and all your proof is you're a gymnast. Bipolar, the wise can see your mental illness. You coming for me, I'm about to give the chick the business. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. The devil is a lie, what you want, fame stunting. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. That was a lie, but she want fame.
He's a dark-skinned brother, got big lips. I don't know if he calling himself Carefree or something now. Yeah, he be doing these little rap videos and stuff. That dude, he's another one that.
Next time you talk about my lips, put sex in front of my melanated skin. I'm sun-kissed, I'm loving it. I'm a teacher, why are you emphasizing my rapping skills? No, I'm ill, you should chill. Go and take your pills, come post a liar like Jacob inspired. Sold drugs in the store, damn, this bitch a liar. Her mind been rewired to believe what she required. Delusion of a grandeur to speak facts of quiet, right? Despite the lie, they still promote her, right? Oh, she the daughter of God, so now it's a right. I don't understand y'all, family can fight, but when they disrespect pops, sounding like the night. So I'm a plant says the harlot of the night. Hot crew from the earth, now I'm sprouting cause the light. Photosynthesis, the energy make me bright. Superior in all the sustainers of the life. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Devil is a lie, what you want, fake something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Another fake York saying something. Devil is a lie, what she want, fame stunting.
One of my daughters just visited Shield's office the other day.
Yes, they told me about that.
You got a doll of me handcuffed and a picture of me hanging. That is something to sit with.
I know they said that she got the doll sitting on a book that says slaves, and in the back of the book, he got the man of many faces and got the Malachi doll with handcuffs on it.
And another one hanging with a hangman noose.
Yeah, but why did she go there?
She said I know you know she's not playing with a full day. You got that?
Rahubat Yasar, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? I would like to start this off with the all prayer. Bara, Nabab, Nazdar, Muqtar. Na'ut Muqdad, Badad, Patah. Na'ut Muqlas, Badad, Yanun. Anuki Ja with Pa, Ashuk, and Pa, Pa'ut. Wu Kalal, Ashuk, Kawun, Jawaf, Neye. Anuki Kasam, Im, Pa, Pa'ut. Wu Pa, Pa'ut, Kawun, Kasam, Im, Neye. Anuki Wahu, Ameh, Pa, Pa'ut. Wu Pa, Pa'ut, Kawun, Wahu, Ameh, Neye. Nukuk Kadur Najur Ameh Kasam Im Pa Pa'ut Wu Kabub Ameh Munchkas Nukuk Kadur Kawan Khalil Pafef Nukuk Arud Jawif Pa Pa'ut Ameh Wase Ameh Aradni Kawun Leye Bakoi Jawif Pa Pa'ut Anuki Yabad Bi Ye Nefasni Pa Pa'ut Kawun Anuki Pa Pa'ut Kadur Nakuk Kadur Pa Pa'ut Amul Nakuk Amul. 1 minute, I want to read, I want to read our proclamation. I should know it by heart. I read it all the time. Today, this update is about Uma York, the daughter of Dr. Malachi York, and also one of his children that conspired against his incarceration. And I'm going to prove that to y'all today. Because I'm tired of people acting like they care so much about Baba and they love him so much. But then when it all boils down to it, when you get right down to it, it's nothing what they say. Proclamation, Pataruk, chapter 12, our proclamation. O Sabaeans, look at those who cheat and speak untruths, yet they still claim to be one of us, one of our loyal populace. We true Sabaeans have these proclamations. 1. Do not tread in the path of Isfat, evil, on his highway of lawlessness. 2. Do not lie about Wu Sabat by rejecting Pa Nabab Yanun. 3. Do not lie, misusing our creed of truth, Hakak, by ignoring the facts. 4. Do not lie and claim you are a true lover of truth unless by practicing it. 5. Do not lie and say you can be trusted and loyal to your true race, Sabaeans, when you are not. 6. Do not lie and say you are the peacemaker when you are indeed the source of arguments, fights, and gossips. 7. Do not lie and commit atrocities by rejecting ma'at, reconciliation, when other Sabaeans wish to make up. 8. Do not lie and say you can be trusted while you sneak around violating all that you claim is best for our people. 9. Do not lie, deceive, cheat by acting and living in the image of this beast man of sin. If you undertake these responsibilities, let it be known by your actions. Now, I have a few things, public announcements that I have to make. This is not a religion. This is a culture. We are Sabaeans, and this is our culture. And we are animists. For the brother, someone said, what religion is this? We are animists. We are not religious. In other words, we deal with facts, confirmation, and truth. And if you want to know more about our culture, what you can do is you can look for All Eyes on Egypt bookstore, and that Egypt is spelled with an E-G-I-P-T. It's no, we don't do that. It's okay. No, don't do that to our to other people who want to know about us. You know, because today I have some information to tell you all about people in this tribe that are the reason why Dr. Malachi York is locked up. Excuse me. Why Dr. Malachi York is incarcerated. His own people put him in there. So we're not going to do this. There are people who are welcomed in our tribe. Okay, they don't have to be a part of our tribe to be welcome. And you all should know this, especially those of you who lived on Tamaray. We have people from all nationalities that came to see our Egyptian theme. So we're not going to do that. Rahubat. Oh, thank you. Anyway, so we're going to get into it today. Today, this update, and let me explain something to you all. This is a legal update. Why do I call it a legal update? Because there are people who are responsible for Dr. Malachi York's incarceration. They put an innocent man in prison for something that he did not do. His own relatives, his children, some of the women that were in his life, his own so-called sister, her son, and they all are part of this whole scheme of things, okay? So today I'm going to express to you who is behind Dr. Malachi York's incarceration, and Uma York is a part of it. Now let me explain something to you all about, let me see, this is April, around the month of December. No, October, November, December. Yeah, around December, late November, early December, I reached out to Care is her name. That's the name given to her by her father, Care. Care is the daughter of Dr. Malachi York. So now what happened, well, first let me explain this. Let me backpedal a little bit and let me explain this to you all. First of all, let's make this very clear. I am a Sabian, correct? And many of you are also Sabians. But before we came across the teachings of Dr. Malachi York, we all had a life and we all have a past. Okay? Some of our past is good and some of our past is not so good. Because remember, we were under the spell of Leviathan, Lawi Tenanu. And what happened was, because of the mental state of Nagar Nadu, of the Negroid race, we all wanted to be other than ourselves. Thus, we done things here in the United States of America, wherever you so may be, or wherever you so may live, we participated in the mark of the beast. In other words, in living in the image and the likeness of the beast. Okay? So, we all have taken a part of the beast. And that's why I said in the book of Revelations, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. So that it says come out of her, that means we were all a part of her, right? So as I have said to you all, and I've made this very clear, that I, myself, have done things that were not legal, okay? And I've done paid my dues to society. That was 24, 25 years ago. I'm here today. My life transformed and changed because of Dr. Malachi York. Why? Because he writes books like these. Patarooks. He writes books. And inside of these books, he's given us information about the foundation of the planet. Now, I want to say this. If somebody becomes a Sabian, and whatever they did in their past, how does that reflect all of us? That's not fair to say that, oh, if the brother Damien Pryor, I'm going to use as an example, his crony Jacob York were raping children, molesting babies. What does that have to do with Dr. Malachi Z. York? How does that have anything to do with me as a woman or anyone else that reads our book and that walks with Dr. Malachi Z. York? You all have to stop blaming him for everything. He's been incarcerated for 22 years. He is not responsible for the crap y'all niggas are doing now. You did yesterday and you're still doing it today. Stop blaming him for everything. He is not responsible for what Damien Pryor did, all right? Because the acts that Damien Pryor did before he came in this tribe and after he became a part of this tribe has nothing to do with Dr. Malachi Z. York. So you're telling me, and I'm telling you right now, Taharka Bay, because you on my wall today. All right, you are on my freaking wall, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because see, it's niggas like you that played a part, and you try to act like you all for the people and the so-called conscious community, but you're slandering Dr. York's name, and I'm sick of it. All right. Because guess what? If that was Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam would have been punched you in your mouth. Because all you do is sit behind that thing, talk and gossip. Ooh, it's a good one today. We got York today. And like, what kind of man is that? You're not a man. Stop disrespecting Dr. Malachi Z. York. He is a great spiritual teacher and God. He has saved the lives of many, including myself. We're going to get into it today, brother, because I don't like what you did. We're going to get into it today. Now, let me break this down to you. So now, Polite, the brother Polite, was also a part of this tribe. Polite got arrested and convicted for doing something with Polite got arrested for being in a hotel with a 14-year-old girl. What does that have to do with Dr. York? What does that have to do with Dr. York? Because he read our books? Because he studied our books? Because he was a part of this tribe? Y'all cannot, every time something happens, to somebody, y'all cannot affiliate us with them because we don't walk that way. I just read our proclamation and the way that we live. Stop affiliating us with the things that people do out there in the world. Stop accusing our tribe of being a part of that. I'm about to tell you what Uma York did. Calm down and relax and wait. I got something that I have to express to y'all. I'm about to turn my camera around. So please be patient. I'll be back in a minute. 1 minute. I'll turn this around. All right. First of all, let me say this. I got to turn my camera around because I can't keep reading all this information, okay? First of all, I want to say this to members of this tribe, okay? Because you all try to defame me by calling me black and ugly, saying I'm a hideous thing, trying to defame my character. Yet we as Nagaranadu, we are the supreme race of a Faf. How Baba say it again? It's a new word for a Faf Re'e Ka'a. It's a Faf Rase Ka'ahu, which means in our Lahaj and our language is called the Africans. So now what I want to say is, excuse me, before I get into this, I want to say that everyone knows, right, that Egypt is in Africa, okay? And the original global blacks of today, the master teacher has asked us to read this book by this man. His name is Sheikh Ata Diop, and he's the one who talks about Egypt and the mummies and the melanin found that was present inside of the mummies of the Negroid skin and what's called he calls it the Melican dosage test, right? Now, there's less melanin in the upper layers in the dermis of the pale race or the lighter skinned people, right? Yet the melanin from the dermis of the royal mummies that they found in Egypt were compared to the dermis of the Africans. So now this man named Sheikh Ata Diop, he through his studies he found out that melanin can't be destroyed, and the only thing that they can do to destroy melanin is through some type of laser light or some type of acid that will cause the suppression of the enzymes that produces our melanin. So now, this man, Baba said they try to discredit this man, but Baba said they need to give him credit and that we need to read his books. And I read this in a book called The Seed of Adam's Seed. So now what happened was this man had described the people of those traits that he found in the tomb of the royal mummies to be as one. He was saying that even through mixing, like even though the Hyksos dynasty came in and they mixed with the brown, with the Nagaru, with the African race, and but still, our noses, we had these aquiline noses, jet black skin, frizzy hair or fuzzy hair that even though the Hyksos had mixed with us, that still it didn't change the basic of the race of the blood types of the Egyptians that was from the same group of Africans with the B type blood. Because most Africans in West Africa have the B blood. Like me, I have B blood. I thought my blood was O because I love potatoes. But my mother was like, when I asked my mom many years ago, she said, no, your blood is B. And she said, you also have sickle cell trait. And she said, you need to be careful if you mate with someone else that has sickle cell, because my nephew, my brother's youngest son, he has it because his girlfriend was B blood as well, but she has sickle cell. So anyway, so I wanted to say to you all that are talking bad about, this is, it's just sad because, our race is infiltrated with so much negativity and colorism. Like you see it all the time, even on television. When I watch the hip hop, Love and Hip Hop, the girl, the dark skin, Nagaru, real pretty sister named Spice. She's a Jamaican girl. And they don't like her, and they keep trying to tell her to change her color, her skin, and that she need to be light. But see, what happened was, this is part of the spell of Leviathan that was cast on our race. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, because the Celtic race fooled you into thinking that they are all different by using, the different tongues and languages, whether they're Russian, Jewish, Hispanic, whatever. Even those that live in South Africa, they're claiming that they're Africans, and they're not. They're Europeans. And the master teacher has warned us not to be fooled by their fake created cultures or nationalities, because they are the ones that have the same different color. I mean, they're the same, but they got different color eyes. They have different color hair. They have fur on their head like animals, because they are a human beings, or what they call in the book of Revelations, the beast, and those that gave worship the beast, living in their image. And if you look, you'll see all of these black women with wigs on. You never see them in their natural state. They always got on perms. They always got their hair perm. They don't love their self and their race. And we have that going on in our tribe with colorism, with people saying derogatory things about my skin. And my thing is this: if you don't like the way I look, take our deities off of your wall. Okay? Now, the master teacher explained, right, about the six ether spirit ghost forces, and that the Jewish race, right, the Jews, they were the head chosen ones. They were the ones that had the most outformation, but yet they still offered blood killings and sacrifices to their bloodlusting gods. And y'all can read that in the book of Leviticus chapter 1 through 5, and the book of Leviticus chapter 7 through 9. No. I think it's chapter 1 through 5 and 7 through 9. But anyway, the master teacher has taught us for years that these bloodlusting gods are the gods of the Canaanites, the Caucasian race. And to this day, they do their practices even after their gods who came down and had sex with their women and mixed in and started to eat flesh, as they still do with animals to this day, and even humans behind closed doors. Now, Baba broke it down how the Jews, how they had 1,000 years as Canaanites with universal knowledge. And that is one of the reasons why they have so much money. Now, I want to say this to the brother, to Hardica Bay, okay? Because my thing is this: why are you slandering Doctor? Why are you always, first of all, it's not even why are you always slandering. The thing is, why are you always in Dr. York's bedroom? Why? Hold on a second, family. Let me turn this thing off right here, and then I'm gonna get back live again. So now I'm gonna, this update is about Uma York, and yeah, I'm gonna expose her today, and y'all not gonna like what I have to say, but I don't care. You understand? The thing is this tribe is about truth, and I'm about speaking the truth, and I don't care who you are, what kind of blood you running through your veins. You're not the only. Hold on, let me turn this around. You're not. I wanted to say that about that. I wanted to express myself with that. Yeah, it's actual fact called Ham Seed. Y'all get that book and read it, and you'll understand about melanin. But you have a lot of colorism in this tribe. And I wanted to say this about the brother to Hardica Bay, okay? Because you're always in Dr. York's bedroom. You're always asking his daughter about, how many children does he have, and what happened when you was on the land, and did you see him molesting any children? First of all, she was not raised on Tamaray, all right? Uma York's mother left years ago, back in the 90s, and she took her children with her. So when Dr. Melakazi York established the land on Tamaray, she came after the fact. She was not born and raised on Tamaray. She came up in the Ansarullah community when we were Muslims, okay? So she doesn't know that much about the land because she didn't stay there for a long time. What happened was Uma York's mother was turning her children against the master teacher, and I'm going to get into that later. But I need to show y'all this because I got, hold on. I got two, let me turn this around. I got this wall here today. It's called the Wall of Shame. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. We're going to talk about these people on this wall called the Wall of Shame. All right? And now I want to take you over here. 1 minute. And I want to show you some pictures of Dr. Malachi York, okay? And the reason why I put these pictures up is because these are... Okay, hold on. Let me get up on this thing. Okay. This is the pyramid that Dr. Malachi York had in Eatonton, Georgia. And this is called the Mirage. And what the Mugaraj. And what the Mugaraj was it was a landing site for, well, not landing site, it was a site for all the brothers and sisters and the people walking around. And as you walk through, there's a part where you purify yourself, and it's to line yourself up with our ancestors in Orion. And that pyramid is called the Black Mir, which is pyramid in Egypt. Mir means pyramid in Egypt. And they built that. These are all the people from Tamaray. This is why Dr. Malachi York is incarcerated. Because every time a group of people come together as black, as a nation, they always defame our leaders and put them in prison. This is the family in Trinidad. Look at these beautiful people. Look at these beautiful African people who they live. These are from Trinidad. The Dr. Malachi York has a mirror in Trinidad. He has one in London. He has one in Jamaica. He has one in Africa. I think there's some brothers over there. Well, I don't think they're supposed to be over there, because Baba told them to get out of Africa. So, and this is every 24,000 years, a pharaoh incarnates for their people, our African people. Just like you all got your Caucasian Jesus, we have our white God. And this is Dr. Malachi York. He is our pharaoh for this day and time. Okay? This is a handsome, nice-looking man, strong, intelligent, who speaks 10 different languages, over 10 different languages. He interpreted the scriptures from the original text and for his people. Okay? And Uma York is trying to act like she's the only child of Dr. Malachi York. This is Dr. Malachi York, the beautiful Hadessa. She was on America's Next Top Model. Here she is again. The beautiful Hadessa. That is Dr. Malachi York's daughter. She was on national television, and she talked about her life as a child, and she said she had a wonderful, fun childhood, and she grew up on 476 acres of land. Okay? This is the beautiful Hadessa. This is Baba's daughter. This is Baba's other daughter, Lori. Okay? Lori's mother is Teresa Price, a.k.a. Atifa. And this is Shalomar's daughter, Prince York's sister, Hadessa. Okay? This is her right here. These are her pictures and her photos from America's Next Top Model. These are the people from Tamaray. This is the brother Kafre. This is the master teacher right here. You see, he has on his, it looks like Masonic symbols, but it's actually not Masonic symbols. That represents the two-edged sword to cut the lies. And this is the brother Kafre and his wife and their children. And you can see their daughter with their Ninti braid right here. You see, he is our pharaoh of this day and time, Dr. Malachi York. And you can see 21, the rapper who calls himself 21 Savage, that's his mother right there. Okay? These are men, women, and children, and we all know that he was not a molester. He did not molest children. Okay? Dr. Malachi York wrote thousands of books, over 400 books. Okay? And to save his people. That is who he is. He is our savior of this day and time, the only one on the planet that came with the right affirmation to right the wrong. Okay? And y'all are sitting up here lying, making lies, and saying that this man molested children. It's a lie. Look at what he did. They put him in prison because of this. Because of, look at all these people coming together on 476 acres of land. Look at all these people. Look at this brother that studies his books, that's a teacher, him and his children. Now, if this man was such a child molester, as y'all claim, if he did all these horrible things, why are these people coming, like flocking in like nothing and studying our doctrine? Look at what he's done to families. Look at this right here. Look at this family here. Look at these beautiful people. Look at these beautiful people. They don't want us coming together. And I'm tired of brothers and this men of the so-called conscious community making up lies about Dr. York. Uma York, Care is not the only daughter of Dr. Malachi Z. York. All right? She's not his only child. She got a disturbed mind and she got mental issues. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. I want y'all to stop this crap because, see, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me read something to y'all real quick, and then we're gonna get into this. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. We're gonna get into this Uma York character in a minute. Because, see, what you're not going to do is you're not going to pretend you rolling for your father. Oh, free my father. You only started talking all of that crap. What you said? Somebody said yapping part. Who is that? Yeah, y'all, where's my moderators at? Y'all need to get on there. Get these people out of my freaking forum. Okay, now check this out. Now, a lot of you, how does he stack up against Jesus to you? What do you mean stack up against Jesus to you? I don't know what you're talking about, sweetheart. Bailey Joe Smith. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay? Anyway, let me finish expressing myself. And it's okay. Let them, just block them. Make sure they don't come back in my my chat room. Because if I wasn't a threat, they wouldn't be on here. Believe that. Now, a lot of you are trying to understand why is the spell, what's going on? Why do we have, excuse me, why do we have so many informants? Why do we have so many informants in our tribe? Wait a minute, I gotta find something to stand this up because I got a new case for my phone and this one doesn't, hold on, let me see if I can sit it here. One minute. I got this. I forgot to stand up I have a thing to put this on, but I forgot to put it up because I didn't want y'all waiting too long. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Somebody let me know that you can hear me. Okay, great. All right. Check this out, right? I want y'all to understand a few things. A lot of you don't understand why the people did this to Dr. Malachi Z. York. And I'm going to explain it to you because he wrote it in this book called Celtics, right? And he explained that he said, this is what he said. What happened, let me explain it in my words and then I'm going to explain it what happened was a lot of people grew up, a lot of people grew up, this is my nose ring. A lot of people grew up in schools, they put the images of God in the schools, right? They put their image of who God is as Caucasian people. They put them on the money. They put them on the televisions. They put them on the billboards. They implant this image of who is God and say that Jesus was a Caucasian man with an image. And if they say, oh, nobody knows the color Jesus, then why would you put an image of a white Jesus with a part in the middle of his head, with his hands like this, with a white robe on? Sometimes he has on a red robe. They put this image of who Jesus is and say this is God. And then they say, oh, we killed God. So it's like trying to act like they have all of this power to say, oh, this is God and we killed God by crucifying him on the cross. Then he rose back up. He rose back up and came to save his people, right? So what the Caucasians did was they did this through their school books. They did this through their commercials. They did this through their televisions, and they did it so it was so implemented in the minds of our black people, of our own race, that when they go out against us, they actually think that they're doing a good thing. And it's like the math teacher said that once that is in your mind, it's very hard to remove. It is there forever. So that's why you got informants in the tribe that are working for them, turned on Baba, raided the land for them, go against me for them, because in their minds, I don't care how much they present to you that they love our race and they love us. That is not true. It's implemented in their minds forever. And so the math teacher says that what happens when they do this, that it becomes a form of protection for the Caucasian race. If a child sees their own God of another race, and that God of another race is their God and Savior, they will not hurt that race or let others hurt that race. They will kill for them, fight wars for them, protect what is theirs as police, deputies, lawyers, prosecutors, guards, FBI and CIA, you name it. They will die for them. Why? Because they don't realize they worship that whole race and will try to look like them, talk like them, walk like them, dress like them, think like them to become them. Why? Because their Bible they were given opens the God created man in his or their image. It changed from one God in heaven to this God coming down to earth in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. And later it changed from one God to I, or let us and we, to include that whole race. So Negroids are under a spell. That is the spell of Leviathan. Negroids world over are under, which makes them accept Jewishism, Christism, Islamism, and protect its leaders. Fight for its religious doctrines. And who is the God behind them? The ghost spirit force made flesh as Caucasians. Right information, right knowledge, and facts are power, mental power. Right knowledge about self and kind is correct information needed for the mental and physical state of being. And of course, facts can be thought, spoken, shown, drawn, painted, or written. Facts, confirmation is the best information needed by all about self, and images play a great part in that. Wisdom or right wisdom is knowledge over time, making one wise and how and when to use the knowledge. And understanding is to hold up over you the knowledge and wisdom. You're under beneath something, standing tall. Understanding, putting you in receipt of the knowledge you're holding up. Now you need to overstand or stand over what you are upholding. You have to present the facts, which means you no longer understand. But now you overstand. Under the down and over is above. Under is down and over is above. Information and outformation. The greater one's mental power, the greater one's responsibility. You understand information and overstand outformation, knowledge. At this time, most of our brain power that's left is being used to support and maintain the Celtic Caucasian power of evil. His structure and system by lust and sex, greed for wealth, becoming sexless, reduction of our non-ether sex forces down to his 6 ether desires, drained of our bodily fluids. One example is most Negroids give their bodies to lust of the system set up by Caucasians, as you see, and also for future in college. You make it that far in their Sheol, which is hell for the word school in Hebrew. As students, graduates and professions use what they know to keep the Caucasian in power and dominion over themselves and their own kind by simply looking for and being contented with the mere job in the Caucasian's power structure, and that helps to perpetrate his barbaric system instead of using what they know to build or rebuild Africa. Now, I'm going to move over to this and say this. It says, for instance, in most Negroes in their mosque in Islamism, their religion of Muslims, by whichever sect is ruled by non-Africans, non-Negroids, they are always the followers. In other words, when you look in Al-Islam, we are not the followers. Remember Khalid Muhammad. They killed him. They killed Khalid Muhammad, right? He was dark-skinned, brother, my complexion. They took him out. But Minister Louis Farrakhan is light-skinned. W. Far Muhammad is light-skinned. You see? And then if you look at the Circle Quran of the Moorish book with the brother Tahar Kabay, you follow that Moorish Science Temple book. But if you open the book, the man in there is a light-skinned Arab. He's an Arab. He's not of our race. So every time when we get somebody that comes for our race, they use any and every source that they can by the image of the devil to make us hate each other and downplay our own. Okay? So now, Hababa says this. He says, for instance, in most Negro, also in their mosque of Islamism, their religion of Muslimism, by whichever sect is ruled by non-Africans, non-Negroids. They are always the followers. And if you say, well, what about black Muslims known as the Nation of Islam? And this is the master teacher saying, I will point to their God or Allah in the person of W. Fard Muhammad, born in 1891 and in 1934 AD, who disappeared. If you point me to the Moorish Science Temple, I will only open their copy of their Quran, spelled with a K, Quran circle number 7, and point to the picture inside, cover of the King of Saudi Arabia. So, both these black groups trace their roots back to, as they say, a light-skinned Arab. Not an African. Again, this is what your children see and learn to accept as their leaders, as their founders, as their saviors, as their gods. New names, rituals, but the same old doctrines of light skin is good and dark skin is bad. Now, I wanted to say that because I'm sick and tired of every time I come live, you got some idiot making comments about my skin. And the thing is this, you're a racist. You don't like me. You don't like the master teacher. You don't like any dark-skinned person that comes forth to speak the truth. The only people that you like is people that's tap dancing or Sammy Davis Jr. for you. I'm not a Sammy Davis Jr. I'm not going to tap dance and make you feel comfortable to please you and disgrace my own people. It's not freaking happening. Now, I wanted to say that to Taharka Bay, you're wrong, okay? Stop interviewing Uma York, slandering Dr. Melakazi York, all right? Now, I want to say this because hold on. I took some notes. Let me get my notes out, y'all. And then we're going to get to this wall of shame I got over here. I got the wall of shame over there, y'all. Okay. I had to put that up. We're going to get into it, and I got recordings, too. I got recordings that I want y'all to listen to. Okay, first of all, I want to say to you, Moorish, what's your name? Taharka Bay from the Moorish Science Temple. Malik Zulu Shabazz did not do the appeal for free, okay? He milked the Nawapians of over $100,000. He got us an attorney by the name of Lattimore, okay? And I was in Washington, D.C. with about 15 to 20 other Nawapians. And when we went to meet in Washington, Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz was not present, okay? Let's get that straight. All right, now, again, I already made it clear that excuse me, I made it clear that Polite, Damian Pryor, or any other pedophile that joins our organization, you cannot affiliate Dr. York with them. All right? First of all, I want to say this also to you, Tartica Bay. You're not Nawapian. You're not Sabian. You've never been on our land. You don't know nothing about this case. If you didn't study the case, stop indirectly slandering Dr. York. Because first of all, you had a recording. You heard Abigail Washington, the government's witness, say that Dr. York didn't do this. You heard Abigail say, right on the recording, that Malachi Z. York did not do these things, that Jacob York got with Abigail and some other people, and Uma York knows all about it because Uma York and Jacob York lived in the same house together. All right? Now, she should have told you that. Why do you think every time somebody comes on your Uma York comes on your show, Jacob York pops up? Because Jacob York and Uma York all live together, and Jacob York wants to make sure that Uma York doesn't tell what happened. You understand? Because she ain't dealing with a full deck. 1 minute she here, 1 minute she there. 1 minute she with you, the next minute she ain't with you. 1 minute, oh, I'm down for my father. Next minute, her father did this, her father did that. That's why the brother, Coffray, did that audio about her saying another fake York saying something. That's why he did that. Okay? So now, the thing is this. Y'all convicted a man without a fair trial. Okay? Dr. York did not have a fair trial. Y'all heard me on my last audio. You heard him say that he didn't get a chance to study the case. Why? Because all of the police officers resigned from office. After the police officers resigned from office, then they let Sheriff Seals and Sheriff Tugel, they tortured Dr. Malachi Z. York in Clayton County to take a bogus plea. That was how he wound up pleading guilty. All right? They tortured him. And then they told him, look, just Garland, Baba said, Garland, he told me this himself. He said, Garland said, look, if you were my son, I would tell you this to just take the guilty plea. If you were my son, I would tell you this. You know, the girls are being tortured. They're torturing Kathy. They're torturing Khadijah. They're torturing these women. And Baba was like, okay. He didn't get sleep. He didn't get to eat properly. They wasn't giving him his meds. They was waking him up all times of the night. They was torturing him to take a guilty plea. And there were members of this tribe who claimed that they loved Dr. Malachi Z. York, that walked with us, that worked for the FBI, they worked for the CIA, and they were informants pretending that they were one of us. Because think about it. You got a bunch of Caucasians joining our tribe. We're going to be looking at them funny. So they use our own race to come in against us, you know? And then they had one Caucasian, Joe, who was married to Robbie. And just in case y'all know, I don't want to forget this, y'all. Robbie Hibner, she ain't dealing with a full deck. The master teacher had wrote me a letter and told me to tell her sisters to tell her to stop drinking her mate's sperm, if you know what I mean. In other words, stop swallowing from him. Because there's death in drinking from a man. You feel me? There's death in drinking from a man. You become animal. You're not a god, because as women, we have the mitochondria DNA. We have the 8 telomeres, and the men are missing a stem. They only have 7. So you already know that. And so what happens is when you drink from a man, you become dead again. You're not a god anymore. Okay? So Baba told her to stop doing it. Evidently, she ain't, because if you see how she look, all her hair fell out. She don't got no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair. All of it is gone. She has a skin disease called alopecia for mating with that mukasu. Okay? Now, also, I wanted to say this to you, Taharka Bay. At 33 minutes and 23 seconds in the audio, right? At 33 minutes and 23 seconds of the audio, you hear Abigail say, you heard Abigail say that Kathy was that Dr. Malachi York and Kathy was set up. Yeah, you on your channel talking about, I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but you sitting right there hearing the girls say, look, we set him up. Jacob wanted his father dead. Jacob was like, okay, since I can't kill my father, we gonna set him up. I'm gonna get some girls together. Abigail, I need you to help me. The FBI is after you too. They said that you did this and did that. And she was like, oh, you don't mess with the feds. She got some girls together, right, with Abigail, and they went to South Beach, Florida. Why did they go to South Beach, Florida? Because everything goes in South Beach, Florida. People are walking around with no clothes on out there. I was on Ocean Drive. The last attorney, well, one of the last attorneys I got for Baba was in South Beach, Florida. And I was out there. And I was like, what in the world? They don't have on no clothes. They walking around. There's everything goes there. All right? They got the transgender community over here. They don't got on no clothes. You got the lesbians and the gays here. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against the LGBT community. I'm just telling you that what I saw. But the only thing I don't like and what I don't get is that y'all are forgetting about our children. It's like y'all are walking around here and acting like this, and you're forgetting that children are watching you. You know, I'm not against the LGBTQ community. I honestly feel that if when they said we should share the bathroom with the gay men, I agree with that. Why? Because you have men out here that rape men, gay. They see a gay man, they rape them, and they do all types of things to them too. And they need to be protected as well. And so, no, I think that we as women should share our bathroom with the transgender and the men that the cross dressers and the transgenders. I feel like those men should be protected because men, they rape them and they treat them like they do women. They rape them, they mistreat them. Sometimes they treat them even worse than us. You see? And so I'm not against the LGBTQ community, but I didn't like when I first got to Atlanta. I was going to the store on Auburn and they had the gay parade and these people were dressed too provocative. They didn't have no clothes. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? What about the children? Y'all are not giving them, y'all are not, keeping it PG-13 for the children. Y'all are not keeping it Disney for the children. It's not right. That's what I don't like. I think the way the world is going, especially on the internet and everything, like y'all are forgetting about the children. You got girls throwing their behind up, men wearing tight things, showing their genitals and all this other stuff. And it's like, come on, man, the children, they have a right to grow up innocent. And y'all are just destroying their minds with this way of life, So anyway, that's how I feel. If they make a third bathroom, they could still get raped in that bathroom. I'm saying that if they in our bathroom, it's not going to hurt them as long as they dress respectful, and they're carrying themselves right. They should be respected and protected. I don't think it's right for men to throw bottles at them, beat them up, rape them, and mistreat them. It's wrong. If they get arrested and they go to prison, men mistreat them in there too. It's not right. So, I just wanted to say that I'm not against the LGBTQ community at all. All right. How you do what you want to do. It makes me never mind. It's not bothering me. You're not messing with my husband or my family. Why should you want to dress like that and be that way? I don't have a problem with it. I grew up with a lot of gay people in New York. New York is like a lot of guys. I grew up seeing lesbians and homosexual men and things like that, and it was nothing to us. And they didn't dress like how they dressing now with all this taking their clothes off. It was respectful, and we knew that. So now, I wanted to say that to you, Taharka Bay, that I think it was wrong for you to say that that Dr. York still did it after you heard the audio. You heard what Abigail said. Abigail told you. You heard her say that Dr. York didn't do this, and you still trying to convict the man. I personally think y'all are just jealous of him. Y'all jealous of what he's done, and y'all hope he don't ever get out of there, because guess what? That'll be the end of y'all following. I wanted to say that. I also wanted to say this to you, Uma York. I'm going to go to my wall in a minute. Okay, now let me get back to y'all why this update is about Uma York. Okay? Excuse me. I want to fix my nose ring. 1 minute. I don't want it to fall out. Because I'm about to go off and I want my nose ring falling out. Okay. Now, this is what happened, y'all. I got in contact with Uma York, who I call Care, because I know her mother, right? So after Damien Pryor, who y'all know is Deuce Y York, had molested this little girl in Ghana. Y'all want to know about that? Go on my channel, put in Damien Pryor, and it'll come up. Now, what happened was, I got in contact with Uma York because her husband, right, daughter, was also molested by Deuce Y York, right? Deuce Y York had a mate named Elizabeth Westbrook, and they had 3 children together. But before they had their 3 children, Elizabeth Westbrook had broke up with the father, her daughter's father, who is with Uma York now. And she moved in with a guy named Damien Pryor, also known as Deuce Y, who is a known, said I got something on my face, who is a known pedophile. Now, I don't have anything on my face. This is a Bindi, who is a known pedophile. So now, he molested her daughter, right? And I never liked him. I used to always tell her something about that guy I don't like. I never liked him. So what happened was, what I did was when I helped the girl Diamond and her daughter Kaya Joy Brewer, I helped them escape from Ghana and get away from Damien Pryor because he had a gun and they're in Africa. And I said, if you leave and he knows that you're leaving, and if he knows that you're talking to me, you're in Africa, he can make anything happen to you over there. So, what? Anyway, this is a nose ring. This is one of our nose rings. It's a crescent nose ring. I like it. We wore it many years ago. Dr. Melakazi York came out with them. It's a crescent nose ring. Okay, so now what happened was Uma York had, I called her and told her, listen, I have a detective who was investigating Damien Pryor and what he did to that little girl. And I also let him know what he did to another child that was Uma York's husband's daughter. So when I got in contact with Uma York, thank you. So when I got in contact with Uma York, Care, and she connected me with the child's father. I gave him the information from the detective, and they said, because, there's other children involved. I gave him 3 other names of 3 other individuals, okay? So shortly after that, Uma York reached out to me and said, there's a man in Kenya who said he wants $1,200 to do a ritual for Baba. Because every so often during the month of December, a ritual needs to be done for the protection of the master teacher, right? So I said, okay. And Uma York was like, I don't have the money, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll call around and get the money up. I got the money up, sent the brother. He said he wanted $1,000. I sent him $200 more. I sent him $1,200, right? I said, here's the $200 for your traveling fees or whatever. I said, I just need you to show me pictures and do videos of what you're doing so I know that this is real. He said, no problem. So me and Uma York were talking, and I was talking to her brother Mahmoud, and Mahmoud was talking about his father like a dog, calling him mother effing this and all of that, talking bad about Baba. And in my mind, I'm like, what's the problem? Your father's incarcerated. I don't give a F, this, and that. We're royalty. And I was like, okay, you know what? I said, I don't got time to listen to this nonsense. you know? And I said, guess what? And so Uma York said to me, I want to go visit my father. She said, I've been trying to visit my father through Iris, but Iris is full of it, blah, blah, blah. And we know that you're the only one. I don't know how they found out, but they did some kind of investigation and found out that I was the only one that did the work for their father. They was like, we know that you're the only one that did the work for my father. Everybody else was lying. So she said she wanted to go visit her father in the prison if I can get her up there on the visiting list. I said, no problem. I said, give me a few days. Let me call my peoples. Let me talk to them and see what's up. And when I called them, they said to me, isn't this the girl? Isn't this the girl who was slandering her father? Isn't this the one that you told me about that was talking bad about her father? And I said, yeah, but I think she's, I think somebody got in her head and made her think that these facts were true, that these false allegations were true. And, she wants to come clean. And I thought she wanted to come clean. And I thought she was going to come on my channel. I thought she was going to apologize to the people she offended and that she was going to clear her name. Okay? Because Uma York ain't what y'all think she is. And like I said, I'm going to get to the story, but I have to tell you this. So what happened was the legal team said, all right, I tell you what, call so-and-so. She's waiting for your call. Call on this day. So I called her, and then she says, all right, call me back. I need her information. So instead of me getting her information, I called her on a three-way. Me, Uma York, and the lady in Washington was on a three-way call. The lady took her name, her date of birth, her information, and said, okay. And she said, okay, no problem. They'll be calling you soon. So a week went by. She was like, I didn't hear from nobody. I said, it's snowing in Colorado, so just give it some time. These people are not going to jump because it's Dr. York. They're going to move when they feel like moving. But don't worry. If they don't call you, you contact me, and I promise you they will be calling you. So she called me. Next week go by. Did they call you? No. That following Monday, or I think Tuesday, she got a phone call from the prison. They said, we need you to give us this. We need you to give us that. We need you to give us this. And these credentials, fill it out, send it to us, and we'll put you up on the visiting list. And they asked her, are you his real daughter? Because there's so many people. She said, no, that's my father. I got my birth certificate. We could do a DNA test, blah, blah. He said, okay. She called me back and said, they called me, Tabitjet. Oh, they was very nice. I said, girl, don't let that fool you. Them people over at that prison are devils, okay? And she was like, okay. So time went by. She filled out the information, and how it works with the prison is you have to the inmate has to approve the visit. So when Baba got the information, he said, no, I don't want to see her. I don't want her coming up here. That's what he said. And Uma York got upset about that. She was pissed off about it. And she tried to lie to me, okay? She lied to me. See, I spoke to Baba. So that's how I know she's lying. She lied to me and said, my father said that I am the matriarch of this tribe. I said, what? She said, he's making me the matriarch. I'm the matriarch. I said, really? I said, okay. Well, good for you, honey. Because guess what? Any woman or man that has ever had a position in this tribe, it never goes well for them. So good luck. So then she puts out a flyer to back up her lie and says, I need the family to meet me, of all places, the bookstore in Lithonia. First of all, that's why Kedar Massenberg's mother's bookstore that she's using to rob the Nuwapians, because she don't read our books. She don't study our doctrine. She's doing it to get money, right? And you was just slandering her, telling me that you know that they the reason why your father's in there. And now all of a sudden you get ready to go to her store and have a chant. She says, chanting, meeting at the bookstore. And in my mind, I'm like, first of all, you don't walk with us. You don't know our prayers. How are you going to have a chant? I didn't say nothing about that. Then after that, she says, she keeps calling me on the phone saying, when my father come home, my father's coming to be with his kids. And in my mind, I'm like, first of all, your father is coming home to rest and get his life back in order and calibrate back into the world. And then when your father comes home, he has a job to do. Okay? And that job entails the 144,000, those selected children got to get out of here. All right? And he is the center of our attention. He is El Cook, the center. And to see, the sad thing is this: they don't read their father's books. They don't know who their father is, and their mother is the one that's putting it in their minds that they should do this, they should do that. Oh, you need to say that's your father. Yeah, your father has a whole lot of other children, and you ain't his only child. Okay, you're the freaking bad apple of the bunch. Okay, and you're delusional and you're disrespectful. Okay, so now, after she tells me all of that, right, I said, okay, fine. I said, let me ask you a question, because members of this tribe told me about you when you lived on Bushwick Avenue. Now, let me explain to you what happened. Sakina, y'all know who Sakina is, the demon. Sakina, polite. Somebody said, what's that on your nose? It's a nose ring, brother. It's a nose ring. It's okay. You can leave that up there. They don't know what it is. They know what it is. So now what happened was Sakina had moved them all on. Baba had put Polite in charge of the building. He said, look, you're a good teacher. You ask the right questions. You're in Brooklyn, New York. I want you and your family to move in and take over. And when Polite went to take over the building, Sakina got upset and moved Care, Baba's other daughter, Kathum, Mahmoud, and this is what Baba told me, that she moved her lesbian crew in the building. Move all these lesbian crews or whatever, her lesbian entourage in the building. So what happened was, when Care and them moved in the building, their mother told them, listen, I gave birth to y'all. I gave birth to y'all in 717 Bushwick Avenue. If anybody's gonna own anything, if anybody's gonna run anything, it's gonna be y'all, because I gave birth to y'all in that building. Y'all rightfully belong. That building belongs to y'all. And then see what happened was, brownstones are worth like 9 million, 8 million, 15 million, because this brownstone has a temple next to it, right? And so what happened was, they wanted to be in charge of the building. And their mother was telling them, this is your building. This is your father's building. Y'all own it. But that's not their building. The building rightfully belonged to Baba Sudanese wife, Fatima Omar Sanusi. That is her building, and it was given to her as a part of her dowry after they got married in the 70s. Okay? And so they were trying to take over, and they were living on the 3rd floor in the building. And somehow Sakina got Fatima Omar Sanusi to sign some paperwork or whatever. And Sakina paid off the taxes. And it's just a big mess, a big fight over the building, over power, over who's in charge. And Care was a part of it. Now, hold on, let me. So, listening to her dumb mother. Because her mother, you know, in Brooklyn, we call light-skinned women mixies. Her mother's a mixie. So, you know, they all mixed up. But I want y'all to hear what her mother, what I said, what somebody told me about Uma York and what she used to do in the building. Because she used to argue with the people there. She used to throw dirty water out on the window when Polite and them and the brother Menez was there and they were teaching class. She didn't respect our way of life. She was calling the cops on her father, saying that Dr. Melakazi York is a child molester. My father's a child molester. This is a cult. My father has got 100 and something years in prison. This is what Uma York was saying. Now, listen to this. Hold on. Listen to this. What number is it? It's a number 35 here. Rahul veteran is hat. Hold on. Let me connect it with this Bluetooth. Okay. Listen to this.
Oh God, me glad you call me. Me all look up for wrong bad sister greetings. Me look up for your number.
Yeah, so.
Me call you God.
So what to go on?
No,
What to go on, my sister? I miss you.
Me glad to hear your voice so tell me say why Tabitjet can't call me. The number where you have me call it sound busy.
No, this is the number. Remember, I had to change my number, but I'm not changing my number no more. What I did was I have a next phone. You see?
Oh, you have two phones. Me say me go figure to answer this because it look like thing they call. And me say last time me look up for me notebook and they look in it. Me call the last number you have out there. And you go to something like me don't know, I must say not voicemail like a text fax.
I just have to keep calling you, that's all, because I've been really busy. Look,
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm taking care of things for Baba, so I don't talk about it anymore. I just make my moves and
You just do it.
Yeah. But look, I need to ask you a question because you told me, you said, Tabitjet, stay away from Care, from York. You remember?
Yes, I'm crazy. Yes.
Right. So she reached out to me, right? Because she wanted to speak to her father. But before she said all of that, she said to me, her and her brother said, we know, her Mahmoud. She said, we know that you're the only one that put work in for my father. They said everybody else is lying, right? So she said, but I know, she said, I've been trying to deal with Iris to try to go to talk to my father. She said, but I know she said, but I ain't dealing with Iris no more. Iris full of it. And I said, okay. I said, so Mahmoud was talking crap about his father, cursing, talking like niggas on the street. And I'm looking at Care. He was rolling a blunt, smoking his weed. I was looking at him like, I don't care. I don't, you want to, they children to me. You understand? They were, I moved in a community in 1986. They weren't even around. Care was a baby. You understand? So I'm looking at them like, I said to myself, I was thinking to myself, I said, why won't they? Okay. All right. So I said to myself, why they mother never whooped their ass? Because, and I asked them too. I said, can I ask y'all a question? I said, why y'all mother never discipline y'all? Why y'all never, get whooped, for your, he said, Mahmoud said, because they're scared of us, our parents. I said, scared of you for what? Oh, that we'll do something to them because they demigods or what? I said, what? I said, oh, call a popo. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so I remember you telling me, because I asked Care, I said, let me ask you a question, because she got upset because the brother Kafre put out a video saying another fake York saying something. The song go, another fake York saying something. What? Another fake York saying something. Who? And he's got pictures of her beating white men with a whip in her hand. So with a whip in her hand. So so she got upset. And now when I went to visit, I set up a meeting with an attorney in Orlando, Florida, called the Brownstone Law Firm. And all the family came together. We paid the lawyers $17,000 cash, and then we made the rest of the payments in installments. We paid, I think, $2,300 a month or something like that, until it add up to $30,000. Bakita Mate was there, who tip, and he had his tape recording it. Mad Ray, Mufida husband, was there. He had his tape recording it. Sincere Ray was there, and everybody was recording the conversation. So at the end of that day, Baba brought up the fact that that Care went. I'm gonna play it for the family to hear it, so they could hear at least most of the tape about the dog. Baba said that it was rumors because Care York went down to Sheriff Seal's office and she took a picture and found a Malachi doll sitting on the book with handcuffs, and she took a picture of it. So after
in his office of a rope around the neck.
Right, and Baba said that Baba said he put a noose around his neck. So I asked Baba that day when we were all together, what was she doing at Sheriff Seal's office? Because who would go? And Baba said, well, and then Baba said she ain't dealing with a full deck. Right? So some of the people in the tribe start.
He's right.
What you say?
I say he's right.
Yeah, so I said, so the brother Kafre took the audio that was years ago and put it together with his video, with his audio, because Care was talking crap about him, saying that they tried to kill her when the shooting happened in Brooklyn. So I was like kept saying to myself, I wasn't there in Brooklyn, so I can't say. But I'm from Brooklyn, and every time I used to come down there, we used the quartet.
You're from Brooklyn, so you know Brooklyn.
Right. But look, when you went to the building, didn't you say she threw water on people? What happened when she was over there?
More than one. She threw water on a whole heap of houses out there that are the 3 wives. He was there too. That was the last time when she threw the water. She threw the water before that when Menes was there. Went up Kirkhamwood and a whole heap of house. I was right there. Threw the water down. Right? Mm-hmm. One like they use it to clean or whatever they did to it and throw it.
Oh, it was dirty water?
Yes.
Yeah, but why was she doing that? What was that about?
Menes was there.
You talking about mental hotel?
Mental health at Menes.
Right.
They throw water. They don't want Menes up there. So they do all kind of nasty things. They tore off the door of his place, stole his papers from the military and all kind of crap that girl did with her brother. With, what's his name?
Mahmoud.
And Mahmoud. And they throw dirty water on us out there. And another day again, we was out there we have something over there, and Polite and his wife. A lot of people was there. When I say a lot of people, because the brother that was in the military, he used to stand guard at the door. Class was full, tell people outside.
Wow.
And she come out through the window, she and Mahmoud, and dash water, wake up all the people them out there, and start to curse Polite and everything.
Right,
I'm telling you, this is not a make-up story. I'm telling you, that girl is crazy.
Oh, so look, what about didn't you tell me that she called the police before?
She called the police when the conflict, when Polite get all angry and what. She called the police and she tell them right there in front of us that her father is a pedophile.
What?
An abuser. Yes!
She told you was standing there when she said it?
I was out there, she signed line. You know I don't have no reason to lie.
Right, I know. That's why I call you and ask you. Okay, so she said, what she said to the police?
She said her father is a pedophile. He's in jail for 100 and something years for molested children. And she used to call the police a lot when Menes was there. She met the police came, and then the police came with fire trucks. And she stringed the building upstairs. Where she doing, what you call that thing that they do? Where they have, they set up the bathroom and they have, what you call it, where they beat up men and what they think.
What she used to do. She beat men. Yeah, she beat a Dalmatian.
Some of them come from the police and the fire station that used to go up there. What you call that thing?
Wait a minute, you said some of the police from the fire station used to go up there to get beat.
Some of the people from the fire station and some of the police used to go. They never see them with me witness eye. When we see the fire truck park up out there and I'm asking why the fire truck out there. They have, what you call it? Orgy or whatever they do.
Orgy.
They was using it as a business up there. Mahmoud and his crazy sister. Wow. It's not no secret. Everybody knows what was there. A lot of people know.
Right.
They couldn't believe it. They believe what they're doing up there. Using it. It's like It's like shitting on master teacher face. What they did. You see? What they did, set up the bathroom up there so they could have RG up there and the man they could come up there and they pay for their service and stuff. Yes. On the top floor, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Because when I asked her, I said, when she first called me,
She
I
know
said,
what she used to do.
right. I said, she said, that's a lie. That's a lie.
It's the
I said,
truth.
right, I know it's the truth. I know it's the truth. Especially when after Carfrey put that video out, and Now, let me explain to y'all what happened. When Sakina had all of these people, see, somebody said I was there when she threw water on Polite, his wives and daughters, plus Uma wanted to try to take the temple and turn it into a lesbian hall. Let me explain to y'all what happened. So Uma York is living in this building. They're all squatting. They didn't have to pay rent. But Baba, the master teacher, her father, who rightfully owns the building, said he wanted Polite and those brothers to teach class there, to spread the doctrine of the information to teach class. So Uma York used to call the cops all the time. She used to tell the cops, and look, let me tell you something. Excuse me. There were sisters, because I was working and I was going back and forth to Washington. I was traveling a lot, going back and forth to Washington, excuse me. And so what happened was the sisters would, because I was in contact, and I still am in contact with the master teacher, sisters would come to me and say, you know, Tabitjet, Uma York, Care, she's up there throwing water on us. One of the sisters had a baby in her hand. She was like, you know, Tabitjet, this is so messed up. When you get a chance, the next time you speak to Baba, let him know what's going on. And I never said anything to Baba because it's like I didn't want to bring, in the middle of him being tortured, having angioedema attacks, and going through what he's going through. I've been incarcerated before. I know what it feels like. I didn't want to bring that drama to the table, telling Baba this happened, that happened. Oh, your daughter did this, your daughter's doing that. I didn't want to talk about that. I was like, he'll find out, because there were other people that was in contact with him. I was like, let them write him and tell him that drama, because I'm focusing on him getting out of there, and I'm focusing on them trying not to hurt him. Okay? So now, what happened was Sakina brought these wild people up there. She brought Care up there. Hold on, let me go to the wall. She brought Care up there. This is her. She's a witch. This is her petting a black cat statue, and the Anubis represents the Celtic race, right? This is her right here. This is what she does. She was running a business in the building, okay? She was running a business, and I guess this was part of her website or whatever. That's Jacob York, because they know each other. They lived together. That's her mother. That's her mother right there, okay? And I think like her mother should, like, look at your freaking daughter. Look at your daughter. And this is the young elder, because he always got her on his channel, talking about Uma York speaks again, and she trying to collect money for what? What are you collecting money for? You don't like your father. You slandered his name. You back and forth. 1 minute you love him. The next minute you hate him. You don't want to see him out. All you want to do is try to milk the tribe for money, because you know that I'm working to help free him, and y'all don't want to see him out. And this is Saharika Bay, because that's what he looked like to me. He looked like that Lightyear. He looked exactly like him. Look. He like a damn cartoon character to me. Look, that's what he looked like. He's an evil freaking brother, man. If you're going to talk the truth. You're going to sit up here and talk about bring this girl on your channel. Talk the freaking truth. She was in Brooklyn, New York, trying to steal the building. She was trying to take over the building, listening to her. Her disgruntled mother. She's another one that's angry. Because guess what? I'm going to tell y'all about her mother in a minute too. This is her right here. This is what she does. This is her here. That's what she does for a living. All right? This is her. She's not Sabine. She doesn't walk with us. You know what I'm saying? And nobody don't gotta respect her because she don't respect us. She don't respect our tribe. She don't respect her father, and she don't respect us. And this nigga right here, he look like he just got finished drinking a fifth of Hennessy. He look like he smoked weed. Why y'all following behind this freaking what's his name? Quinwillian Hill is his name. Calling himself the young elder. Oh, that's Buzz Light. Yeah, that's what that nigga look like. To me, that's what he look like. Am I lying? Look at him. He look just like that thing. Looking like Buzz Light on there with his big freaking eyes talking about, ooh, we got Uma York. Yeah. Oh, she gonna spill it today. How many children your father got? Did you see? Knowing that's a freaking lie, knowing that this nigga is the reason why Dr. Melakazi York is in prison, because Jacob York got a bunch of girls together. She knows about it and lied. Okay? And I thought she was going to work with me to expose the lies against her father. But instead, she talking about she the matriarch. How you going to be a matriarch? Of what? Care? How are you going to be a matriarch? How are you sitting up here? This brother, Quinwillian Hill, who calls himself the young elder, he's telling members of the Master Teacher's tribe to throw all the pots of the and all of the scrolls in the garbage. That Baba's not writing them. And then he start writing books. Look at this nigga. And he start writing books and y'all start following this freaking idiot. What have you going to do for your people? Absolutely nothing. You got t-shirts, cups, and everything else, and all these followers, and you stealing money. You're nothing but another Paul, the self-appointed apostle. You never walked with Dr. Melakazi York, and you don't know him. And guess what? Guess what Baba told me? He said, Tabitjet, I don't even write her. Ask her, did I write her? I said, did you ever get a letter from Baba? He said, no. I asked her, I said, did you ever get a letter from Baba? Oh, he wrote the house. I said, no, did he write you on Care? No, he didn't write me. He wrote the house. Okay, so he didn't write you. He said he never wrote you. You're sitting up here lying, telling me that your father said for you to do this. That's right, beat those white boys' ass. You're lying. You're lying. Your father would never tell you to do that. You're a part of the conspiracy. And you was against the Wapians. You was against the Wapians. With your brother Jacob. Y'all all lived in the same house. Jacob's mother and your mother, you, your sister, and Mahmoud and Tia, y'all all was living in the same house together. And Zubaydah, which is Jacob York's mom, was upset because of the choices that Baba made with the women in his life. That's why your mother was upset. And then your mother died, and Jacob's mother died, and her mother blamed Dr. Melakazi York for... Jacob blamed Dr. Melakazi York for his mother's death. And that's what made him go and get them girls, because he hated him and he wanted to try to assassinate his own father. That's what happened, okay? That is a fact. Yeah, that's who this nigga is. He's a freaking clown. You on your freaking show talking about something you don't know. It's like being a neighbor and you live across the street. It's like you being a neighbor and you live across the street and you don't even know what the hell is going on. You're getting involved with something that you don't know nothing about. Dr. Melakazi York is a very powerful man. All right? And moves is being made that you know nothing about, brother. I'm going to make you eat those words because you're sitting up here talking crap about Dr. York did this and Dr. York did that. Let me ask you a question, brother, because you got a picture of Noble Drew Ali on your wall. So you know for a fact that Noble Drew Ali, you know for a fact that they put Noble Drew Ali in a cell with a man that had active tuberculosis. You know this to be a fact, right? That this man they put Noble Drew Ali in a cell. They locked him up, put him in a cell with a man that had active tuberculosis, and he died. So why would you slander Dr. Malachi Z. York like that? But you hating on him too? Laughing every time you get this idiot here on your channel. You sit up here laughing like it's a freaking joke. This is somebody's life that y'all playing with. All right? And you're going to get yours, Jacob. Because guess what? This is a year of lies being revealed. This is the year of the truth being told. And all y'all freaking celebrities, all y'all dirty, low-down niggas in that industry, y'all got y'all day coming, including you. Now this is Baba's other daughter. Look at Dr. Malachi Z. York. Nice looking man. Look at his daughter, Hadessa. You know what they called her on America's Next Top Model? They called her Ethiopian queen, princess. They said, wow, she looks like an Ethiopian princess. Beautiful. This is Dr. York's other daughter. This is Hadessa. This is Dr. York's other daughter, Lori. She's not Baba's only child. She acting like, my father, my father. Your father didn't even want to see you. All right? When I put it in for you to go up there, he didn't want to see you. You need to show some freaking respect and some reverence for your father and stop listening to your stupid freaking mother. Because this is our Pharaoh. And we love him. And we're not going to stop fighting for him. You're not Sabine, Care. You don't walk with us. This is the wall of shame. This is a shame. You sitting up here talking about you want some money for the kids in Haiti and all this other stuff, and you tried to get me to go to Haiti. She tried to get me to go to Haiti, y'all. I said, are you crazy? Ain't nobody gonna kidnap me. Then she tried to get that voodoo priest, that mambo priest that she's with for me to meet up with the lady. Because she's freaking jealous. Her and her freaking stinking breath, doodoo stinking breath mother, a watif. Her breath smell like freaking poop. Her mother used to live with me, all right? She stayed with me for about 3 months, because she didn't have nowhere to live. And her own daughter put her in the street. So that's how I know that's how I know her breath stink. And that's how I know her mother's telling her, that's your father. You could get up there. Tell them to send you money. Don't send her nothing. What she collecting? Yeah, being jealous. Hating on me. Player hating. So now let me get back to it. So what happened? So now Uma York is living in this building, and Sakina is there, and then they start doing satanic rituals. Okay? What they would do is they would disguise the satanic rituals in OES, right? And how they would do it is they would use OES and the brothers in the lodge to do gatherings like they're coming together, but they're really doing satanic rituals. Excuse me. So Sakina would get them all in a circle, and she would put a symbol, a Baphomet symbol, an inverted 5-pointed star, and have the sisters all in a circle. And then they would be enchanting things, right? And what happened was there was a shooting that took place in the building. And like I said, it wasn't polite. It was Sakina. She was behind it. So they had the lights out. Somebody fired a shot because what Sakina wanted to do was create problems in the building to get them out of there. So Uma York's trying to say, oh, they called me downstairs. But the thing is this. When that shooting happened, the brothers had their families in there. What man is going to pull out a firearm with his wife and their children there? The brother Kafre was there, who they called Water. This is the brother Kafre. This is the brother Kafre. He was there with his children. Why would they pull out a firearm and they got their freaking kids there? Why? Why would they do that? The master teacher sent Polite there, all right? And that brother and them, these are students of the master teacher. And I'm a student too. We study and we read right reasoning, sound right reasoning. We study and we read our doctrine. and we pray for his safe return. And Sakina didn't want that. Sakina wanted them out of there, so she set it up, and a shooting happened inside the building in Brooklyn. And they tried to make it look like it was polite. But now I'm going to tell you what they tried to do. They tried to put Dr. York in it and say, because the police kept asking them, and I spoke to the brother, okay, who was in there. Both two brothers. They said the cops kept asking them. They kept bringing up Dr. Malachi York's name, and they was trying to act like the shooting had something to do with Dr. York. And Uma York and Sakina and them was trying to set their father up, you see, to try to say that he did this. He set this up. Oh, this happened because of that, when it was really Sakina. And like I said, Sakina was doing satanic rituals in the temple, okay? And they all were a part of it, okay? And they would all form a circle, and they would have other sisters there that was unknowing of this, right? And they would bring them all in a circle, and they would, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry, and they would put them all in a circle and have them doing satanic rituals because Sakina didn't want them in there. She wanted them out the building, you see? So that was the reason that's how that went down. Uma York was throwing, you heard the sister say she was throwing water on them. She was calling the cops. She was saying, my father's a child molester. My father did this and that. She was against her father, okay? Slandering him. And my thing is this, if she wasn't against her father, right? Mind you, I told y'all that she lived in a house with Jacob York, right? They all lived together in the same house, right? Why was she working for Kedar Massenburg? Because she used to work for Kedar Massenburg. I said, what did you do when you were working for Kedar? I was in his wine distribution, executive over his wine distribution, whatever. How would I know that? She was working with Kedar. And then sometimes when she would get loud and get upset, they would pay her money to shut up because she knows who did this. And guess what? They all could have got him out of there. They had the opportunity to work together because Abigail, the girl who y'all seen doing the thing, she was going up there too. I said to the brother, what was Abigail doing there? He said, I don't know, but she used to go up there a lot too. You see? So they all worked together. They all conspired together against Dr. Malachi York. His own family did this to him. Y'all understand? This is what happened now. I got another tape I want y'all to listen to. And this is a tape where we all came together back in 2014 and we hired an attorney to do what was called an appellate 2241. That means after your 2255, you got new evidence, you do a 2241 so to free an inmate out of prison. And so what happened was Uma York was talking, running her mouth on the Taharka Bay show and running her mouth on Quinn William Hill, who y'all call the young elder, on his show, talking about water. And there was another guy, and they said, trying to be me. You know, I'm telling y'all about who's behind his incarceration. I'm telling y'all about all these people that claim they love him so much with the York name. Like he said, another fake York saying something. So when a brother did the video, she got mad at me and said, I know you gave him that tape because I hear you talking. I said, see, you don't even know what the hell is going on. Everybody got a copy of that tape because we all was happy when we came together that day and paid those attorneys. You feel me? And what happened was everybody had their phones and was recording it. So the brother Kafre is in New York, and the brother Muhammad Qasim and his son, I don't know, was his father's? Yeah, Muhammad Qasim and his son was financing, my trips to D.C. Well, the brothers in Muhammad Qasim's son was the worshipful master, and the brothers in Brooklyn was funding my trips. They were sending me money, and Kafre that's his best friend. Both those brothers are married men with family and wives and children. Okay? Somebody delete that. Why is these nasty people saying this stuff on my channel. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all are demons, man. And so what happened was she got upset. She got upset when she heard it and tried to blame me for it. I'm like, all right, you know what? Now I'm coming for you because first of all, you a liar. Second of all, I don't have nothing to do with what that brother did. Those tapes been out. And if you was a part of our tribe, you would know. You don't read your father books. You don't walk with us. You're not a Sabian. You don't care about your father getting out of there. You or your brother Prince York. Okay? Y'all are all full of it. Y'all using the last name to milk the tribe, to get money, and make people think that we supposed to look out for you. You sitting up here screaming and yelling, talking about why y'all giving these people money. They got jobs and they need to work. But then you turn around and do the same thing. Talk about you need money for Haiti. I said, why? I said, care. If you want to clear your name, you want things to go right, come on my channel with the family and apologizing. No, I'm going to the young elder because he got more followers. I was like, all right, go ahead. And look what she did. She put herself in a 22, what we call that she put herself in a 226. And then that brother put that tape out about her. All right, so now I'm going to let y'all listen to this tape. Hold on. I got it in my thing. Let me switch it to the other one. And I'm covering this because I don't want y'all in my freaking house. You know what? Sometimes I sit here and I say to myself, what are y'all gonna do when the master teacher come out? Because y'all ain't gonna have nowhere to go. Y'all gonna be stuck here with this devil in this world. Hold on. Let me open it up again. Let me take this one out. Okay. Wow, how is it still on there playing? Oh, I see why. Oh, my bad. Oh, gosh. Is it this? Let me make sure it's the right one. Hold on, y'all. How do I skip it to the next one? Okay, this skip. Hold on, y'all.
Hi, Dr. York.
Okay, it's not that
Hi,
one.
this is Attorney Petra Brownlee.
So-
I'm with Brownstone, PA. How are you doing?
Let me see. Do it. Skip. Okay, it's on this one coming up. Now, y'all gonna hear this audio. And not in its entirety because it's gonna take too long. But
Y'all could be on the same page
okay.
between that and what I just got. I don't know if y'all know yet. You know about the firm in New York, yeah?
All right, hold on.
Right, you talking about Attorney Tucker?
Yeah, well, your attorney Tucker works with another firm.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try to fast forward it so y'all can hear what Bob is saying, and you can hear other family members in the tribe as well. And that way, Uma York, if you listening, you played yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should have kept your damn mouth shut because I was trying to help your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? You got in contact with me, and I reached out to people. And then on top of that, you try to get me killed. Talking about people trying to kill you. You try to set me up, and I got proof for that, too. I got another recording that I need y'all to hear.
I think the name is
Hold on.
Joshua. G.
0137.
And it says
You said 4137 or 0137?
Hold on.
I can't say nothing because there's no way I can't communicate with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Why they do it? They see the kind of the new firms that are coming forward now. You follow?
Right.
They see it. They do.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta go get my stool so I can sit down because I ain't feel like moving my freaking radio all around and everything. And then when I hang up, I gotta put it back together and all this. I got tired of that. So, peace, love, and life, Sequoia Webb, Rahul Bat family. I'm going to answer questions later. Anybody got any questions? I need to get this stool here so I can sit down. All right, 1 minute. Okay.
Boy, I kept going to the same kind of people, and they would come here and they sit down and have
Okay, hold on. I know y'all love hearing Bob's voice. Y'all like hearing him talk.
Well, Baba, the 2 attorneys are coming to see you. They're coming to Florence. Let him tell you something.
Hold on.
Think about what I'm saying, okay?
Actually, you know, come to think of it,
Hold
I
on.
can sign.
Okay, I'm going to let y'all listen to at least half of it.
Is going to open up how the judge
Right.
was just violating. Well, actually, you know what? The judge was not violating. The judge was new. He just didn't know what he was doing. That's what I come to find out after reading.
Right.
That just became a federal judge because SEALs and them rushed him in there for the case. Because when other judge found out that I was a sovereign Native American chief, that he just recused himself. He got off the case immediately.
Right. Okay.
They sent me to New York for a psychiatric evaluation again, a third psychiatric evaluation. They were like, this man can get out of prison just by the fact that he's a chief of a tribe in his own record. He's Ben York's grandson of Lewis and Clark Exposition, and we got documented facts. That judge recused himself that day. He got off my case and said, you ain't changing lawyers, you ain't changing nothing. And they railroaded it straight down to Brunswick. Brunswick is where we had the Yahoo War between the Yamasee Native Americans and the Confederates. That's why they put it in that city. And they got that judge because he was born and raised there. They had a controlled, they controlled a jury. When you pick a jury.
Yeah, the pool.
Yeah, they controlled that. People, it was just so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like the poor girl who's having the case right now. What's her name? Jody?
Oh, you mean that, the one who...
Jody Aries, there's no way she's going to get a fair trial if she murdered a Mormon in a Mormon city. Come on. Ray Charles can see that. But she's going to get a fair trial in a Mormon city and she murdered a Mormon and she's Latino. Hello? So that's the kind of stuff they do, and it's pathetic, it's sad, and it's really embarrassing for the country that there's people that have that racist instinct. I told y'all many times, no one wins the race in racism.
Right.
That's why the country's coming down, because they're trying to keep the president of the United States so occupied that he can't do nothing. They're trying to keep his hands out, getting involved in this, getting involved with it, and it's just so pathetic.
Rahul Bat.
Anything? Is there anything else you want to tell me legally or something? How are you?
I'm worried. I'm worried about you.
Older worried. I'm the one that should be worried. I'm 68 years old. You're still 20, so you shouldn't be worried.
No, I'm not.
Hey, Pop, this is Ayub. I feel real good about these lawyers we got on this appellate case.
I just want to say she's probably the only female in the world that would have said, no, I'm not. If a man tells a woman she's 20 and she knows she's not, she would have... No other woman on the whole planet would say, no, I'm not. Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I heard the voice of a male.
Yeah. Pop, this is Ayub, man. I'm with you, baby.
Okay.
And so I feel real good about these appellate judges, the lawyers we got here. This team right here, I feel real good about them.
You want me to tell you what I feel?
Yeah, what you feel?
The attorney that I hear speaking?
Yes,
yeah.
Robert.
He speaks as fast as I do.
There you go.
Very few people talk that fast. Because we have so much stuff going on in your head at one time, you can't get it out.
Yeah.
I feel, so you got me. I told them right away. I said, I feel good when I last spoke from the last telephone.
Yeah.
I told him I feel good.
Yeah. You sounded like it. Yeah. That's a confirmation. And detail oriented. Yeah.
Right. I just wanted to let you know there's no confusion with me. Everything's running smooth. I mean, everybody here can tell you it's just going smooth.
Like it is with you. Everybody in the house is going to say the same thing. Everybody with Rico is going to say the.
But Baba, you know, and I wasn't gonna get into that. I'm just saying that.
All have to put aside your personal feelings. Okay, let me put it like this here. I know I'm the most handsome person on the planet. All of y'all love me more than everybody else, and everybody wants to do the right thing for me, and I really appreciate all of that. However, I'm being tortured while y'all are doing this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. But you remember all the stuff I went through in Georgia, and now I'm in Florida, and I'm not going through that anymore, and I don't want to put myself in a situation and jeopardize all this hard, long work. It's like it's taking too long, and it's pissing me off. I want you to get out of there, Baba. And I'm trying to, I've always been the type of person, even as a child, I was always play fair.
Relax and let go. Listen, I hear you, but what you just said is, I don't want to go through that again. And I'm like, while each one of y'all is saying that,
Baba, they locked me up. Remember, I got arrested.
Okay, you're doing it again. I understand what you're saying, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. I understand that those people, every one of them would come, everyone would have, oh, God.
Yo, we got you, man. What's the next subject? What's the next subject you got to talk about? Time is running out.
Everyone would be making the same complaint. And I can't do nothing about it, because if I talk, who do I talk to on your behalf? They cut me off from everything. So who can I tell? Can I tell Nasir and them, will you please listen to this? No, because that's why they cut me off, because they're in between us. They listen to this, and that's why I was telling the attorney, just go ahead and move. When I told Mr. Tucker, I want to come visit you, right?
Yes.
Tucker, just get the stuff together and file, because if you come here, they're going to sabotage it.
Oh, okay.
When I was trying to get my teeth out to show that I'm not getting proper dental care, they sabotage it. First of all, legally, why are you monitoring my legal visit?
That's right. That's illegal. That's right.
Or, and plus, and if you're going to monitor a legal visit by law, you're supposed to, the warden is supposed to have drafted a letter, and he's supposed to have gotten that from Homeland Security and the U.S. State Department saying you can monitor a visit. So how did you know I gave him 2 little teeth if I was in the booth number 9, or whatever?
13, it was 13.
Number 13, how do you see that from down there? You were sitting there actually monitoring a legal visit, and then you walked in on a legal visit, and you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wait until the visit is over and then search the attorneys on their way out. But you're supposed to tell the attorneys before they come in legally that you're going to search them on their way out. So they violated a federal law, and that's what Tucker and them are moving on. They're easing towards that also. They're like, first of all, if y'all take him to the DHO and sanction him, then we're going to file another suit. You follow?
Yes.
To justify why y'all were in it, why were y'all tapping his visit. We want to see all the legal documents. They're trying to hide the documents of the medical doctor here that said I didn't have angioedema. They're hiding them. Tucker and them are filing this to say, where is those documents? Because we have history for 12 years of this man. He had angioedema before he was arrested. The first night he was arrested, he was diagnosed as having angioedema. So how can you say way down the line that he doesn't have it? You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the kind of stuff that's going on. So now that y'all have the right kind of firms to back you up, the right kind of attorneys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? The last thing y'all need to do is have conflict between y'all.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attorneys are all going to agree on the same thing. How do we free this man?
That's right.
Right.
Once the attorneys read the book, The Kidnapping, I told everybody, give the attorneys the book, The Kidnapping of Dr. York.
Yes.
That book, once the attorneys read that book, and they'll see the case, they'll be like, are you kidding?
Yeah, he already said it. They already said that. They were sitting here saying.
But let me say to the attorneys, yes, I'm kidding. These people wanted that land. That's what they wanted. They wanted that land because they were building a country club in Greene County, a golf course that SEALs and all of them used to socialize with for their, you know what. And the only way they could get there is to pass by our land. Right. So they made me draw up for them a draft of the future plans of what I plan to do on the land. And once I submitted to the county this plan that we're going to have a water park and, you know, stores, and then they found out that Blimpies, is that right?
Yeah, Blimpies.
Blimpies and a couple of other places came out and set up on the land during our annual powwows, and they said they want to put restaurants there on a full-time basis because thousands of people were starting to come. You follow? They saw what was going on there. I knew they was out for me. So what I did is I left in '96. I went to Liberia with the assistance of a government official called Vama. Son lived with me. I went to Liberia and I got my paperwork as a Liberian citizen, and within 2 years for my probation. I'm saying this so the lawyers understand too.
Okay.
For 2 years for my probation, the government of Liberia confirmed my nationalization, and then Mr. Vama said, you need to become a diplomat so these people can't be, you know, just snatching you when you go back to America. So he went through the process of contacting Mr. Taylor, who was the then in good standing FBI agent and president of Liberia, you know, Taylor was, and he then appointed me as a career diplomat, not an honorary diplomat, a career redback. I have a redback passport stamped that I am a diplomat of the Republic of Liberia. And he said, now you can go back to America and do what you want to do. I was living in Clark County. I turned all the land over because of not having the citizenship no more. I turned all the land over to 9 members of the church there and said, now y'all got it. And the next week, you know what happened? The courts decided that I won the case. The next week. You remember that?
Right.
And within a month after that, I was in prison. Once I won the case, they knew that we can build, and that would keep them from being able to get, you know who hung out in Green County out there?
Who?
Bush hung out there, so they turned the county from a Democratic county into a Republican county.
Oh.
You follow that? The red men, they call them. The Republican county, and that's when they changed all the officials, and that's when they came after me and said, we're going to get, but they did not know I was a diplomat. Because they didn't seize my redback passport because they were so busy looking for stuff they didn't find. They were looking for films of me and tapes of me with children, things they did not find. No evidence was presented in the case. At trial, they didn't produce any tapes of me. And the funny thing about it, I'll tell you what was funny, is when they put up all this stuff, they had some pornography. Somebody ordered pornography on a computer, not my computer. They pulled it up and they said, and the attorney said, wait a minute, could you clear this, how do they say that word, you know, can you clear this thing up?
Right.
The lady typed it and it came out, Abigail Washington was the one who purchased all of this.
What?
Nothing in my name, no pornography, no pictures, no video, no DNA. I don't have the diseases that these people have. They have chlamydia and herpes. I don't have them. You understand?
Right.
So the case was dead at a deadlock, and they just had to put it into what they call is that right, kangaroo court?
Yeah.
That's the term.
Huh?
That's the term, yeah.
They had to put it in the hands of people that just didn't give a darn about the American Constitution or the law. Just say, listen, we're sending this guy away, we don't care. And that's what he did. And you know, that's just that one of my daughters just visited Seal's office the other day. You know,
Yes, they told me about that.
He got a doll of me handcuffed and a picture of me hanging.
Crazy.
That's something sick with.
I know they said that he got the doll sitting on a book that says slaves, and in the back of the book, he got the man of many faces and got the Malachi doll with handcuffs on it.
And another one hanging with a hangsman noose.
Yeah, but why did she go there?
She said I know you know she's not playing with a full deck. You got that?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
She said to someone she found some information that's going to help free her. It's probably because Leah is pushing her because they're building or something with her and Sakina.
Right.
Well, that kind of rigmarole. Anyway, so you understand what's going on, sir?
Thank you.
So, yeah, okay. Then what did you notice about the speaking to the lawyer now, not Deborah? What did you notice about the case? Anything that would make me, go back to myself feeling a little better?
Man. The first thing is is about the judge.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we want to put our first line of attack on the independence of the judiciary.
Oh, that's a big word for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was clearly a non-independent judge.
Okay.
And I want to focus on that. Then I want to get a little bit more data about your diplomatic immunity.
Okay, that would be Tina. She has all that.
Okay.
Because we're going to put that in there, but I think that's going to be behind the first issue with the court. But I really like this diplomatic immunity issue because I agree with you. I said if you're not a U.S. citizen anymore and you were pronounced a diplomat.
Well, it's even further than that, right?
Yeah.
Only a risk.
Hopefully, Dr. York, you can hear me. This is Jamie, the attorney that spoke to you originally. As Attorney Sirianni said, we want to hang this on the judge first, right? I've looked at everything that Ashley Royal did. I've been through it. I've been through what he said. He wasn't independent. He wasn't unbiased. There is absolute proof of that, including his own testimony or his own spoken word in the transcript explaining the work he was doing outside of the court doing his own research. An independent judge can't do that, period. End of story. There's a whole series of these issues that we can show.
How about the fact that he held it on Martin?
Oh, yes. We went over this with the group here as well.
Yeah.
That was a shot across the bow. Okay, that was a shot across the bow to the Nubians, to you, saying he doesn't respect your religion, he doesn't respect your race, he doesn't respect your ethnicity and your heritage, and he doesn't care. So he's going to do it on Martin Luther King Jr.'s day. Period. There are so many things like that, and those are further evidence of that bias of the judiciary. And as Attorney Sirianni said, being a citizen of Liberia is one thing, but when you're talking about a diplomat has certain statuses. I've seen it. I've been to New York. Attorney Sirianni's been to New York many times, the United Nations.
Right.
We watch guys park there all day and have a dozen tickets on their cars. And guess what? Not a darn thing happens. You know why? Because they are a diplomat of another country.
I did that.
And that's so when we get this all sorted out, I'd like to be a diplomat too.
Yeah.
So,
somehow.
yeah, you're gonna have to help me with this. But in all seriousness, sir, we have multiple different attack angles on this. To go after this, to attack it, to hit it hard, right? This needs to be hit hard because, as you said, you're 68, you have health issues there. If they even find out that we're talking to you, they have reprisals, and this is not going to, we can't have that happen. We've got to hit this hard, and we're going to hit it on those angles.
You understand what they do to me?
Oh yes,
Well,
and when we had our first call, I heard so many shocking things,
Right.
and I would say to you that it's unbelievable, but we've heard it, we've seen it. We have other clients who've been in those same situations.
You ever heard of Antonio Rubino,
No, sir.
Florida? Used to be.
All right. So, hold on a second. Anyway, I wanted y'all to hear that audio from then. So that way you can, first of all, I want to say this. A lot of people in this tribe have been hiding the fact that I've been working for the master teacher for many years. I sacrificed my life. I worked very hard. There were members of this tribe that put me in jail twice. They locked me up. There were times where there were things it's just a long story that I don't want to get into because I don't want to make this about me. You understand? This is about the master teacher. This is about his family and the things that they did to keep him locked up. Now, you just heard Baba say that Leah is Umke's sister. You heard him say something about Leah and Umke in the building. So now you know that I'm not making it up and I'm not lying. Okay? They were fighting over the building, fighting with each other, shootings and all this crazy stuff over power, over money, and over nonsense. And guess what? Who is the person that suffers? Who suffers for that, y'all? You know? And so it's like, it's sad. And I know Uma York got her little entourage on here saying all this negativity. Like, y'all got mental problems. And I'm going to tell you something. Tomorrow is the eclipse. So all you crazy people, you're going to get even crazier. Okay? And all the people that are elevating are going to elevate even higher. And let me tell you, I am going to share one thing that was told to me from the master teacher about the eclipse. Yes, Ashanti Zulu 144. What do you think about the solar eclipse? Okay, this planet was created by extraterrestrials. Okay? And so when things occur like this, with the alignment that's about to take place, is so that the master teacher can come out. He said that, he told me years ago, and he recently said this to me, that his incarceration is like a combination lock. He said, you know, when you turn the combination to the right, you turn the combination to the left, and then you turn it back again to open up a lock. That's how his incarceration is. Okay? And so, Lamar Watson, I made you a moderator, so you can delete people too when they put stuff like that. Oh, when they say things like that in the comments. So, as I said to you all before, that Uma York and her mother is putting stuff in her head, telling her children that they were born in a building, the building belongs to them, and you know, y'all should fight for the building to get the building. And while they all fighting for money and power, and her sisters and his family that did this to them, I was doing my best, and I continue even to this day to do my best so that he could come out of there. I got a few more updates to do, you know, because there's some more people that are part of this conspiracy. And for those of you who want to help me, again, my Cash App is $Tabitjet. It's in the description. If you go in the description of this audio, I have my Cash App there. I have my PayPal there. And I also have my email if you want to email me. There's somebody that sent me an email saying that somebody named that calls himself Atun Ray is the Messiah. And no one knows who the Messiah is. Because if they knew who that child was, they would kill it. When I say child, it could be man, woman, of any age. Okay? And trust me, if they knew who it was, they would kill it. And that person who is the Messiah, they don't know that they're the Messiah. Okay? So I wish y'all would stop with this the Messiah stuff and all this other stuff, and y'all just get your lives together. Okay? Now, Baba said that the eclipse is like a combination lock. When you move it to the right, move it to the left, and then the numbers are passing. It's passing star systems and orbits. And when it gets to it's an opening. Okay? So I'm not going to get into that because this is not, yeah, Lamar Watson, I made you a moderator because you're always on my channel. Anybody get out of line, you can delete them and put them in timeout and all this because you got all these crazy people coming on my line, on my live, talking nonsense. Again, like I said, I'm working so that the master teacher can come out. Okay? I'm working to help him. And I'm not talking about what I'm doing anymore. I'm not mentioning it to anyone anymore. I'm not saying anything. Y'all want to help me? You can. If you don't want to help me, so be it. You understand? I'm not going to beg anybody to do anything. I'm not a charity case, and I'm not a bum, okay? All right? If I wasn't working on this case for Baba, I would have already had things established where I wouldn't need financial support from the tribe, okay? And the ancestors always make a way for me, whether you help me or whether you don't help me. There are things that are going on that you don't know about that I can't talk about. And no, I can't talk about the eclipse because I don't, what am I going to say? What do y'all want to know? Read the books. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all should already know from within what that's all about. It's not a good thing. Put it that way. They having a party tomorrow about the eclipse, and they're making a big thing about, listen, it is the end of their 6,000 year rule. That marks the end. There's nothing going to be, it's only going to be natural disasters, catastrophes, stabbings, killings, crazy stuff happening. All right? That's what that means. It marks the end of their rule. And this is the great and dreadful day. Great for us and dreadful for them. All right? That's what that means. It's not good. Y'all already seen what happened before it came in. The storms and all this stuff. The earthquakes and everything. Somebody said, tell those brothers in London or wherever they're teaching from to take down that video saying he is the Messiah, because remarks like that encourage endangers the life of Baba Yanun. Well, y'all are men. Y'all could do that. I'm not getting. Look, y'all. I do so much, and I do it because I care. Look, think about it. I could go live every day. I got so many letters, so much stuff. I could drop jewels on y'all and say this and say that. And I don't do that. I only come on live to tell y'all who is behind the Malachi Z. York's incarceration. That is why I come live. I could go every day, every other day. You don't even see me on this live once a month or every 3 weeks or so. And when I come, I'm coming with facts, confirmation. I'm telling y'all who's behind his incarceration. I'm telling you who's who. Listen, let me explain to y'all what's going on. Every time I need help, here they come with a gypsy switch. Okay? What is a gypsy switch? This is what a gypsy switch is. Let's say I started my own business and I had a store. And I'm selling bagels in my store. Raisin bagels, all kind of bagels, fresh bagels. And I open up this store. And somebody else has a store across the street from me. And they see I have a grand opening. You know what they're going to do? They're going to have balloons. They're going to say, give out flyers and say free bagels. Come to our store and get free bagels. That is called a gypsy switch. So now all the people that had plans on going to that store, the new store with the bagels, is going to run across the street and get the free bagels. So what Uma York is doing, what the young elder is doing with the Empress, that other Native American lady, is they're doing what's called a gypsy switch. They're trying to get your attention from off of me and get your attention over there to them, right? So that way you won't help me. So that way we won't come together and bring Baba home. You understand? They want you to work with them. They want you to listen to them. They want you to send them the money so they could take money out of my plate, okay? So that way I can't help the master teacher get out of there. All right? Tell them niggas to produce facts like I do. Tell them to show you information that they know Baba, that they've been communicating with him. And another thing, that Williams and Williams law firm, that's fake. With Shalimar Richardson, she's fake. Okay? Why? Listen, if they're going to tell y'all they got lawyers in there doing something, tell them to present the facts. Tell them, show me. Look, on just about every last one of my channels, I always come with the facts. I always show y'all paperwork, documents, conversations with me and the master teacher about the lawyers in Congress. Like, come on, y'all. Who's doing the work? It's not them, it's me. And Uma York is jealous. They're jealous because their mother is not in my shoes. Okay? Your mother got the boot a couple of years ago, over 20 years ago, and you're freaking upset. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're upset and you're coming for me and you're trying to do it by saying, my father. But I just showed y'all. Look, y'all. Look at this girl. I just showed y'all what she about. Look at her. She went on this man's show. She went on this show talking, slandering Dr. York. Talking about her father was walking around with a bunch of bald-headed women. And her husband was complaining, talking about somebody molested his child. That was your, look, that was your daughter's mother got with that brother. And that brother was touching her daughter. What does that have to do with us and Dr. York? You understand what I'm saying? And my thing is this, he gonna say, oh, the reason why he didn't do anything was because Joaquin was hiding Damian Pryor, Duswa, Dale Elaine Brown was hiding Duswa in her house. Okay, he wasn't there for long. You could have went and stepped to that dude. Listen, let me tell you something. I had a daughter or a son, and a man raped my child, molested, essayed my child, or do anything to my freaking daughter, you think he gonna be walking around? Yo, it's going down. Ain't nobody gonna write me, and I'm not saying this to discredit what he said, Baba said. He's blaming the master teacher for what happened to his daughter. No, your wife was sleeping with a sick man. Listen, Dr. York told her so many times when she went up on a visit to get away from him. He used to say, get away from that dude. He's sick in the head. Get away from him. He's sick in the head. Get away from him. He's sick in the head. And guess what? She would leave him and then go right back to him. So whose fault is that? How is that our fault? Like we condone men messing with little girls. You know what I'm saying? And then this dude, Taharka Bay, gonna say, oh, they making they supposed to be passing some law making it legal for men to sexually assault young women. That's what I heard, or children or whatever. And he's trying to act like we a part of that. That nigga's a devil, man. Taharka Bay is a devil. I called it out, all right? Because you talking crap and you trying to affiliate us with something that we're not a part of. Uma York is responsible for her own life. Stop blaming Dr. Melakazi York. He's been incarcerated for 22 years. Where's your Range Rover at? Where's your Benz? Where's all your money? Why y'all not doctors and lawyers and you claim that, you was held back and, you couldn't do nothing with your life. You was on the land and y'all blame. All right, y'all free now. Y'all not on Tamaray. And by the way, no one was forced to live on the land. Y'all trying to act like we a cult. Let me answer this question for me, family. The Jewish community, they got their own schools, right? The Jewish community have their own school buses for their children. They have their own temples. They got their own grocery stores, right? They got their own community where they live. I know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. It's nothing but Jewish people everywhere. They own all these houses. Why when we do it, why when Dr. Melakazi York say, look, I'm going to get my own land, 467 acres of land. We're going to have our own language. We're going to have our own culture and way of dress. We're going to wear our petard. We're going to rock our mijdow. We're going to wear our nose rings and our artifacts and our bangles and wear our sidewalk kameez, which is called the butler and the wobbies. We're going to wear our thing, and it's going to be our thing. Why when we do something, we got to be a cult? But when the Jewish community does it, they're not. Even the Amish people, they living in the 1600s. They curd their own milk. They make their own cheese. They make their own bed. They dress the way they want to dress. But when we do it, we're a cult. Then y'all trying to affiliate us with Nature Boy. That dude is HIV positive. He was letting them girls fight each other and was living like freaking animals, and they were all sleeping with each other. We have 476 acres of land. Let me show you again. Look at this. Why are we a cult? Look at this beautiful picture. That's the brother Taharka from Trinidad, and I believe that's his wife, his daughter, and their family. They're all Sabaeans. This is Dr. Melakazi York. Look at this beautiful picture. Every 24,000 years, a pharaoh incarnates. That is the truth. This is our pharaoh. You never met him. You don't know him. See, we know. This picture with his eyes, that is real. His eyes is like that. He's an extraterrestrial from another planet. All right? Wake up. This is a serious man, a powerful man that did this for his people. And for y'all to say that about him is wrong. This is Dr. Melakazi York, the master teacher. Melchizedek, in the flesh. He came to wake his own people up, and they took that from us. They lied on him. Look at this brother influence from Dr. Melakazi York with his wife and kids. Why would he be around a pedophile or be affiliated with that with his children? Think about that, y'all. This is Baba's daughter, the beautiful Hadessa. Uma York is not the only freaking child that he has. So cut it out. Look at the Black Pyramid.
A lot of people saw UFOs when they was on Tamaray. Stop lying on this man. Stop lying. He is our Pharaoh and our God. And if you don't like it, too bad. Because y'all got your white Jesus, y'all got your Chinese Buddha, and we got our God. Pa Nabab Yanun, the 19th elder from another galaxy. This is him in the flesh with us. And they put him in prison because of this. They put him in prison because of that. Look at all those people. Look at what he did. No, this is our Pharaoh, Panabab Yanun. Amunabab Re Kakta Zetwi. We got our own language. We got our own culture. We got our own way of life. We got our own way to eat, to live, to drink. We got our own chance. Y'all just don't appreciate it. Y'all are just in the mind. Y'all just got, your minds are messed up, destroyed from years and years of being enslaved by the devil. That's what the problem is. And y'all going against a brother that's innocent. He did not do those things. I just let y'all hear it. And I'm the sister that's working to help him. And if you don't like it, get off my channel. Look, let me tell y'all something. It's okay. I don't get upset when I see stuff like that. Because guess what? If what I'm saying ain't real, and if what I'm saying has no validity, and if I mean nothing, if the master teacher is not who he is, why are they on my channel, y'all? Think about it. Because guess what? I don't go onto Hardica Bay's channel. I just heard what Uma York said and what her mate said about the master teacher. And that's why I got upset. Somebody sent it to me. I'm not subscribed to his channel. I'm not subscribed to the Young Elders channel. I don't care what they do and what they say because I know them niggas is fake. They're not doing anything for their people and they're not going to be able to take you nowhere. Listen, the master teacher will be free. He will be home and he will be here. What makes him great is that he disputed the lies. That's what makes him great. He disputed the lies. Facts. Look at our language. We got our own ancient language. We got our own ancient culture. We are the Egyptians. He told us the truth about who we are. And he didn't ask the United States for anything. Even when he didn't have to pay taxes, he still paid his taxes. So this is what it is. You understand? Many are called and few are chosen. And that's what this eclipse is about. The chosen people will rise up. All right? It's our time to shine. And it's over for them. All right? Now, if y'all have any questions, I will gladly listen to y'all questions. Let me see. I got a lot of people said a lot of things. Let me go to the beginning. My Cash App is $Tabitjet. Y'all want to help a sister out? Thank you, our sister. Doris Washington, thank you. Rahubat Zawaltat. Thank you, Alexis. Alexis, Babrina, you look beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sister, I appreciate you, especially for this knowledge. Thank you. You're welcome. Colorish. I don't know what that is. I see a lot of stuff had to be deleted. It's sad. Okay, y'all got any questions before I end this live? I just wanted to make it clear. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Oh, trust me. Look, let me say this to y'all. Hold on, let me get my book because I don't want to forget anything. Hold on. Rahubat, Gary James, James Gary, Rahubat. Thank you, squad. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I told y'all Jacob's mother was upset over Abigail and other women. And just so y'all know, this is for the brother, the passion for me, Rahubat Tamra, the brother Taharka. Abigail's father lived on Tamaray. Okay? Listen, you're talking about a family of people
These women that were in the master teacher's family, their families were there as well. Their mothers, their fathers, it's a family affair, bro. You trying to get involved with something that has absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't know. Abigail's father, Yusuf Washington, lived on Tamaray. Okay? He wanted his daughter to be with Dr. Melakazi York. What's the chance do we do? The 99 names of Allah, the prayers. Well, you said the 99 names of Allah. So wait, hold, let me finish this. So Abigail's father, Yusuf, I'm thinking about the Quran. Yusuf Washington lived on Tamaray, okay, for your information. That was her father that wanted her to be with Dr. Melakazi York. He didn't want his daughter being out there with some young man taking advantage of her, abusing her with no money or whatever. So she was a part of his family. The father was right there, brother. So stop acting like Dr. York and all these women. Stay out of his freaking bedroom. All right? Why are you not focusing on what he's done all these years for his race and for his people? Even behind prison walls, he continued to write books with his hands. Okay? Yeah, so now, and Hadessa's mother, her father gave her to Dr. York too. This is a family affair you don't know nothing about. I suggest you mind your business. Mind your business. You're talking about a very powerful man who's a multi-millionaire. All right? A master teacher who writes and reads over 12 different languages. Oh, let me let y'all see this. I'm glad. So I almost forgot this, y'all, because it's getting late. Hold on, I want y'all to check this out. There's a guy who was incarcerated. There was a guy who was incarcerated with Dr. Melakazi York. And, okay, good. There was a guy who was incarcerated with Dr. Melakazi York. And listen to what he said, y'all. Hold on. Listen to this. He was incarcerated with Dr. York. And it's sad that they only made the video.
Stay on top of your finances.
They only made the
with
video
Smart
3
Wallet.
minutes long.
View your money from anywhere.
Hold on.
And get deeper insights.
You said you was like over Malachi York as well?
Yeah, when I first came out, it was like in 2001. He was in Atlanta and hold over down there, and I was going to court. And he was my next door neighbor. I also know, because I know that I attend some of his classes on the street down in Eastern Georgia. That I would appear in this the Wyoming Nation of Moors. You know what I'm saying? I had joined the Wyoming Nation of Moors at that time. It was the Ansar community up in New York, in Brownsville, and they moved down to Atlanta and became the Wyoming Nation of Moors. That's when they became Southern. That's when they built the pyramids and plan.
So that had to be a privilege for you to speak to them.
Right. Yeah. It's like a high priest you're talking to. Like, A, smart. And you don't understand, like, when you deal with certain people like that too, they don't understand the small stuff. Like, the way you talk, your language, because this man speaks 10 different languages. And he is a spiritualist, so he's not really talking about the same things that you're talking about. Or they grew up there, got no understanding about what you're talking about.
Is he teaching the same thing in prison that he was teaching?
That's why he's in ADX, so he can't teach. There's certain people, like, they put you in ADX because you have what they call, they feel like you got influence. Like, that's another reason what BG was doing, because he got influence. When you hit the yard, everybody will do what you tell them to do. And so that gives us some kind of security threat to the COs. You see what I'm saying? Because people want to do stuff for you. You know what I'm saying?
So what happens? So yes, they won't allow you to mingle with them.
You get your mail on the screen and all that. The shower come to your cell. You got TV in your cell. There's no reason to leave your cell. So
people like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Malachi York, a person like him, he couldn't hit you.
No, they can't. They ain't gonna let him come out. He in ADS with Larry Hoovers, the Jeff Fords. They don't let these type of people in the population erupt by the inmates because they got too much influence. They got too much influence. You know what I'm saying? And that's.
So wait a minute, bro. They don't never get to come out.
No.
They like they never get to go to see outside, bro.
You know, they stay right there in Colorado. They don't come. You know what I'm saying? You got certain people that just can't be in population. Because they feel like the control they can have over the population. They feel like the individual is bigger than the compounds. You know what I'm saying? So they keep you separate.
Yeah, I would think that would drive you crazy. That would be
It can, if you're the right person. You know what I'm saying? But once you start figuring out your situation and you know that you ain't got no way out now, your mind got to grasp on something that can help you get through it. You know
like you say, if you got a strong mind.
If you got a strong mind. If you don't, you'll hear about them trying to kill themselves, taking too many pills, and doing all type of stuff to try to, you know what I'm saying, get themselves out of the situation.
Okay, I wanted y'all to hear that. Because that was a brother that was incarcerated with the master teacher. He was locked up with him. And he said that Baba's mind is like far advanced and that a lot of this stuff is beneath him. You understand? And so he was like, he didn't want to, how you call it? He didn't want to, say the wrong thing to Baba because Baba got a big mind. And they sent Baba to ADX. Why? They want to keep him locked up. Because a man like that with that much power over people, that has an influence over people, that they'll do whatever you ask them to do, they consider them dangerous. You understand? So you got this brother Taharka Bey slandering Baba on his channel, talking about a man. Nigga, what have you ever done? You've done nothing. You've done nothing. Before you open your mouth and talk about somebody else, tell me what you did. Show me what you've done for your race and your people, other than sit back on your gossip channel and talk about people. All right? So now I just want to let y'all know that Dr. Malachi York was set up by his own race, his own people, and he didn't have a fair trial. And all these people are coming on here now. Oh, let me tell you this too about the solar eclipse. They're all scared. All the people that are living foul, all the people that are doing wrong, all the people that did wrong, it's like a clock. It's like a universal clock. Their time is up and they know it. Okay? So it's like they're afraid, and that's why they on this channel, because they want to know what I'm going to say. I'm not telling you nothing about what I know about the eclipse. I'm not telling you nothing. Read the books and figure it out. Anybody got any questions? As I said to you all, you know, my car is still sitting there. I don't have a vehicle, but I'm not worried about it. Something to happen, because something always happens for me positive. When the bad things happen, something good always subsides. I'm not worried about it because I think about the master teacher's incarceration and how long he been locked up, how long he been in there, and you know, it's sad, you know. And I'm like, dog, man, I'm upset about a car, you know. I'm more concerned about his life, you know. And you in Texas, just whatever book you want, just put it in a Google search and it'll come up and you can go online and buy it. Or there's a sister that I know. Hold on, let me I gotta get her information. There's a sister in Chicago, put All Eyes on Egypt, Chicago bookstore. That's a bookstore that I know that's active. There's an All Eyes on Egypt bookstore in Brooklyn on 719 Bushwick Avenue. You can get your books from there. So you can get your books in Chicago or in Brooklyn. So anybody got any, he been in there a long time. We need a hashtag going for Baba ASAP. Yeah. Yeah, Rahul Bat phase 1. I wanted to tell y'all this. For the sisters who don't know, we have a dress code. Our dress code is what's called, and let me tell you this first. There's people in the tribe that don't want the new people to know how we dress. Because you guys that came on now, that are holding on to the rope, that are talking, reading the master teacher's books, y'all are his true followers. The people that were there then, they're gone. They left. They left him to die in prison, and they left and they moved on. But there are still some people that was in his life in the past that are still here, like me, right? And so the thing is, some of these people, they don't want y'all to dress correctly. So I want to tell y'all how we dress. The sisters, we wear wedges, platforms, not the high ones like the Herman Munster shoes. No, we wear platforms, and I wish I had a picture of them to show you. I'll do that another time. And we wear what's called a salwar kameez. I got my hair wrapped up because I washed my hair and it's wet and I don't want to get sick, so I tied it up, right? But now, the thing is this. We wear what's called a salwar kameez. S is in Sam, A is in Alpha, L is in Lima, W as in woman, A is in Alpha, R is in Roger. That's the first letter, salwar kameez. K is in King, A is in Alpha, M is in Mary, E is in Echo, E is in Echo, Z is in Zebra. Salwar kameez. We call them Butler Nawabis. That is one that I have on now. It comes with a shawl and it comes with pants. Okay? That's what the sisters wear. We only wear silk, cotton, linen, and I like crepe, and I like crepe. We wear the best of fabrics. We do not wear polyester. We do not wear rayon. We do not wear fabric that's not, we don't wear synthetic fabric, okay? Also, sisters, when you buy your salwar kameez, what we call them in our tribe is Butler Nawabis. When you buy them, make sure you don't get the ones that have paisley design. Now, it can be tricky because the paisley designs can look like it's designed in gold, embroidery on the fabric. And if you don't know what paisley is, look up paisley design. And you'll see it on Google. It's P is in Peter, A is in Alpha, I is in India, S is in Sam, L is in Lima, E is in Echo, Y is in yellow. Paisley. We do not wear paisley. So do not get the salwar kameez with a paisley design. We wear cotton, linen, silk, the best of fabrics. Do not buy cheap ones. This is silk. I had this for the longest. They last forever, okay? You can hand wash them, or some of them you have to dry clean. It depends, right? So we wear salwar kameez, right? That's what the sisters wear. And for our shoe wear, we wear wedges. Wedges would be a shoe like this. This is my slipper. But this is like a wedge because it's all together, right? We don't wear heels. So do not wear heels. The master teacher said heels for the Caucasian race because their feet is like that of a dog, where their feet go down and they don't have the hoofs like that. So that's why they wear the heels and they walk in them. We don't wear heels, we wear wedges. We don't wear cheap shoes. It's better to buy you a good, spend $150, $200 on a pair of good leather shoes than to buy a bad pair of shoes that's going to run down. You're going to buy another pair, buy another pair. No, we wear the best that life has to offer. Bible said we wear 22 to 24 karat gold. So if you buy something, make sure it's the best of golds. I can't afford it, but I did buy this for myself years ago. This chain was $700, and I bought this cartouche for protection. I had this for a long time now. But we wear the best that life has to offer, okay? And the sisters, we wear the Mijdow on the right, and you put a red on the end. You can wear any color beads in it, but on the end, you put a red, black, white, and gold bead. And I always put a cowrie shell on the end to hold it, to hold the bead in. And so, and sometimes you don't have to put beads on it. You could just put the red, black, white, and gold. And the brothers, they wear their Murdoch in the back with a red, black, white, and gold bead on the end. It's red, black, white, and then gold. And then I always put the cowrie shell on the end because, you know, Africa. Now, we wear the petard. This is called, and the Indians call it the bindi. We wear this, right? And so you, when you wear it, you don't want to put it all the way down here. No, you put it where your third eye starts, and then the rest of it goes up. And you put, I don't know if you can see it, the big part goes down here, and the little part comes up. I've seen some sisters with the big part up here, and the little one, no. The big part goes down here, and this goes up. And we wear the ones that look like, you have to get the Lotus of Life book, and it'll tell you what this represents, the third eye, and this represents the medulla oblongata, this for the men in the back of the brain. I don't want to talk about that. That's class. But I just want to let y'all know that's how we wear. For the brothers, y'all got to get out of the plaid and all them. Get the devil back his clothes. For the brothers, you wear plain pants. You wear plain white pants, plain white shirt. Plain black pants, plain white shirt. Thing. Don't wear sleeveless shirts and white beaters and all of that. You cover your arms. Be respectful. So the men wear white pants, white shirts, black pants, black shirt, beige pants, beige shirt, plain. And then what you can do is you can go online and you Google Egyptian shirts. And you'll see shirts with our Egyptian hieroglyphs on it. Some with the onks. They got some t-shirts, you know. Hold on, I'm going to show you an example because I got a few t-shirts. Hold on a second. Roll back face, still supporting you, Zamal. Green light still on right now. Okay, thank you. Hold on a second. Oh, I can keep this in here. I want to show y'all something. And this is so that the brothers, y'all can get an idea. Oh, I left my freaking window open. It's cold in here. Hold on a second, y'all. I want to show y'all what we wear because you know what the people that used to walk with the master teacher do? They don't want y'all to look nice. You understand? So what they'll do is they'll have y'all walking around here looking like a clown. So when Baba come out, they could say, oh, we was with you, Baba. Like Baba says what they do is every time they have a gathering, they send him pictures of all of them. And they don't send him pictures of the new people that come on board. All right, this is a t-shirt. I had it for the longest, but I pulled it out. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all this t-shirt. So the brothers, what you could do is y'all could get t-shirts and stuff. You see this t-shirt? This is an Egyptian t-shirt. It got our Egyptian stuff on it. Here's another one I got of Sekhmet. You see this? Because sometimes, you know, I might have to run out. I might put on my sweatpants. But I always want to represent. So the brothers, you could Google Egyptian t-shirts. Even they got Egyptian hats. You know? And you could wear Egyptian t-shirts. I'm sorry. You could wear Egyptian t-shirts. You could wear Egyptian hats with your garbs. You could represent our tribe a little bit better and stop wearing their logos and their, you know, their names and their images and don't live in their image and after their likeness, okay? So I'm glad a lot of people got off my channel when I stopped talking about this. So hold on, let me so that's what the sisters wear. We wear wedges, we wear Star kameez, and you put your braid on the side. The brothers, y'all wear plain colors and get out of all of that other stuff, all that other crap that y'all be putting on. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I covered everything. Yeah, York, I wanted to tell you that your mother's losing her mind. Okay? And Baba said that he never wrote her and he never wrote you. Okay. Oh, yeah, I need y'all to hear this too. I forgot I got this other thing that I need y'all to hear. Hold on. Because York tried to get me to go to meet some judge late at night. Matter of fact, I'm not going to play that because that's not important. Do y'all want to hear that? Y'all want to hear that recording? It's not important. I'm not going to play it because it's not important. But I just want to tell y'all that she tried to get me to go with her to New York. And she said, yeah, there's a judge I know, but we got to go late at night. And I said, why we got to go at night? I said, is it going to be in his office? She was like, yeah, late at night. Then she tried to get me to go to Haiti. She kept saying, go to Haiti, go to Haiti. And I know it was her mother telling her that. You see, let me tell y'all something. For years, I've had problems with the women in this tribe because of Baba. You understand? I don't understand what the problem is. You understand? Because no man's gonna be with one woman and never look at another. They just seem to have a problem with me and my relationship with the master teacher. You understand? But I'm not gonna sit back and let him die at the hands of the devil. It would be wrong for me to sit back and condone, and live my life out here free and don't fight for him. So just so you all know, I'm fighting for his life. I'm continuing to fight for his life, and I don't stop until he's out. There's some things bubbling right now for him, and I think this is it. I think this is it, and I think that this eclipse is a sign that he'll be home. That's what I think. I don't think that people on this planet have that much power as they think that they have over extraterrestrials, because Dr. Malachi York is an extraterrestrial. And speaking of extraterrestrials, the reason why I don't like the young elder is because I was on my way to South Beach, Florida, and they had put a spiritual contract out to kill me. And how they do that when they try to do a spiritual contract is they use a coffin. And what they do with the coffin is they take your picture and put it in there. They get chickens and they get black candles and they do all types of stuff, and they summon what is called demons. And so they summon these demons to create a situation in the spirit realm for you to get killed, to die. And that's what they did to me. And so a few days ago, I was talking with Phase One about maybe 2 weeks ago. And look, I'm 57 years old. I don't got patience to be dealing with he say, she say. And then on top of that, I come from a lifestyle like, look, I ain't trying to scare nobody. I'm just being honest. Look, I dated dudes that was killers. You know what I mean? And they ain't here today because of the life that they live. I didn't know that they were killers, but I liked it. I liked the guys, like like how the Italian women say they like the wise guys. I used to like the guys like that, the hustlers, And when you grow up the way I grew up and you experience things, the he say, she say stuff, like words can get you killed. You understand? Like this stuff they did to Dr. Malachi York, a lot of them are lucky that it happened in Georgia. Like I said, because in New York, they don't play that ratatouille stuff. Uma York was a cop caller, calling the cops, calling the cops, calling the cops. And one day the sister told me, they said, you call the cops one more time, we taking you to jail. And then the sister Renee had told me they had a fire hydrant parked outside, that Uma York had a business going on where she had men going in and out the building. She was running a Dalmatrix business in her father's building, beating men for money. Because that's what they like. It's a sex, it has nothing to do with sex, but it is a sex act, because meaning that they don't require those women to have sex with them, but they want to be beat. They want to be chained. They want someone to dominate them, and it's predominantly Caucasians that like these sexual acts, okay? And that's what she did, man. She's not what y'all think she is. She on the line. My father, you're not his only child, okay? In fact, you're a freaking kid. You're a billy goat. You're disrespectful, all right? And what you did was uncalled for, and that's why Baba don't want to see you. I set it up for you to have the visit, and he did not want to visit with you. And that is a fact. Your mother putting you up to this crap because she ain't in her right mind. Something wrong with her, okay? One flew over the cuckoo, one flew in the cuckoo nest, or whatever that movie about that crazy man. She mentally got problems. And when she was in Athens, Georgia, her and her daughter, your sister Leah, was looking for money. They was coming in the office and they thought that your father was giving me money, but I had my own money. They was sweating me, looking at me, how I dress, looking at my clothes, and he's taking care of her. Oh, did he buy you this? And all this other crazy stuff. See where their mind isn't on the money. This is a man that's incarcerated for something that he didn't do, being tortured, and their mind is on money, power, being in charge. And the thing is this, he's been in there 22 years. They should have already established their lives in 22 years. In 22 years, y'all all should be millionaires because y'all was around a millionaire for years. Why y'all living beneath your means? And all you stupid sisters listening to Robbie is gone. Robbie is laying with a human beast, a mukasu. And that is against our rules. Baba said we can live with them, but do not mate with them. So he could go ahead and keep that fur shaved off his head, Joseph Hypno, all he wants to. He's a freaking mukasu, and they are FBI agents. They work for the other side. And I'm tired of keep repeating myself, but it's like it's going in one head and out the other. But you know what? After reading this, that made it clear to me. Baba was like, this is what Baba said. And then I'm going to end this, y'all. Okay? This is what Baba said. For those who don't realize that the God in which they trust is the devil, and they swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, Gad, their visible Lord or landlord, Baal, Lord of the land, earth, is downtown. Let a serious dispute arise in one of their religious places and see if they turn to God in heaven or Jesus or Allah or to the court system to decide about the dispute. They can't get married. You can't get married without downtown's permission or die and get buried. They must get permission from their Lord and Masters, which to travel abroad. Ask permission, get a stamp of approval from them. When you want to own a land, pay them tax. When you want to drive a car, you got to get a license from them to drive. When you want to buy a home, when you want to act, you have to ask them to open a school, a church. You have to ask them. The same people who in the 1600s enslaved you. Christians and Muslims, read up on it. You will see. How can I be a part of a church or mosque if their God helped them enslave my African family? Their six ether spiritual forces are our enemy forces. How can an African American accept the slave master and his religions, be it called Christianity or Al-Islam? It's the same people. You are Africans, not Aboriginals or Asiatic blacks, nor are you Arabs or Indians. They all come from you. You're not of them. They are of you. Ancient Nepatans and the race of Celtics are the devils, the disease of all others trying to become all others gods in order to stay in power. It's over for them. All over, without beginning, without end. And I like to end this this update. Hold on. I can't find it. I like to end this update. If anybody got any questions before I leave. He said the 90s, the children of the next generation will be the real angels on earth. Rahubat Musyara, Rahubat. I had the tie. Yes, ma'am. Read Patarak, Dimensional Shift by Dr. York. It talks about the gatekeepers. But Tabitjet has a deeper level of knowledge on the gatekeepers. I don't want to talk about that, y'all. Laughing out now, she will tell you. I heard Mike Hawk is going to be joining your stream. I don't know who Mike Hawk is. Bryson, Tarak, Atlantis, you have the PDF. Okay, oh, I do have a letter that I want to read to y'all. Hold on a second. 1 minute. Oh, boy. Okay, I have this letter from the master teacher that I'm going to end with, okay? And I know we've been on this live for almost 2 hours, but let me read this. This letter was written on July the 5th, and it says the Passion of Christ. Now, let me tell you a little something before I read it. The master teacher and I were locked up in the same prisons at the same time. And what happened was when we got locked up together, there was aliens in my cell. I'm not making this up. I promise you. There was aliens in my cell. And I was scared, right? And they was like, don't be afraid. It's us. We here. And I was too scared. They said, we'll show you. We'll personify. And I was too scared. I was like, and they said, she ain't ready. And they didn't personify, but they were there in my cell. And they told me that one of the reasons why I was there in the same place with Bob is that I was one of the 144,000. I'm not saying I'm the one. I'm one of them, okay? And so they said that Dr. York was there with me. He was in my cell too. And we were all, me and him was at the same jail at the same time in Clayton County, Georgia. So while Baba was there, the extraterrestrials, let me tell you what they said. They said that this was the great falling away, that a lot of people in the tribe were going to die, they were going to leave, they were going to move on, and that only the people who are supposed to be with the master teacher would be here in the end. And when he said fall away, they were saying that they would fall away in so many different ways. Like some would join on to other organizations, like the young elder and his followers. All those people that are following him, you can't be a follower of Dr. Malachi York and you listen to a man that talks like that looks like that, okay? He pretends they use Baba's name, they use his images, and they say they love him, but that's just talk. They tell them that if they cared about him and they care about his life, why won't they set up a legal call to talk to him like I do? Okay? That's how you know they full of it. Another thing that I wanted to say to you all is that when I was in that cell, they came to me and told me that I wasn't going back to New York. And I was like, why? I was like, that's where I'm from. I don't know nobody here. And I was crying. And it was like, no, you're going to stay here and don't worry. You know, your life is going to change. And it did. And so they told me that lifestyle I was living wasn't good. And it wasn't. It was a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. Had a lot of fun shopping in stores. I mean, who wouldn't have a lot of fun? You get credit cards with $80,000 on it. You go get money and go shopping all day for free. You know? And so what happened was when I got locked up in Georgia, I had to be expedited to New York because I was on 3 years probation. And I violated my probation and I had to go get sentenced for my violation. And I thought they was going to let me out because Bobby had gave me some prayers and said, don't worry, you're going to go home. You're going to be free. Say this 7 times every day. You're going to go home. So I thought when I got expedited to New York that I was going to be free. But when I got to New York, I was in MCC, New York at 150 Park Road. And I had called Bun, who was in charge of the bookstore at the time. And I said, where's Baba at now? Because they kept moving Baba around. Because the last time when I asked him where was Baba, he said he was in Jones County. So then I asked him again, where's Baba? He said, oh, he at 150 Park Road. I said, that's where I'm at. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, sweat, me and Baba was at the same places at the same time. And at that time when Baba and I was at the same place, all the lights went out in New York City because the crafts were there and they took me up. But I don't remember nothing. They just took me up. I remember I thought I was going to go home. You know, because some of us are not from here. Some of us are from other worlds, right? And yeah, that could sound crazy all you want to, but you see the picture behind me with the master teacher. You see there's a craft in the sky, okay? So that's how we're going out of here. We're leaving here. And this alignment has a lot to do with that. So, but I'm going to share this letter with you. This is what the master teacher wrote me because about us being at the same place at the same time. I'm going to read it. If you don't want to listen, you can leave. And if you want a copy of it, email me at ashantizulu@gmail.com. He says, I greet you, my beloved, with divine love, grace, and bliss, praying you're in the very best of health, both physically and mentally, coming to you by way of the most holy, holy, holy family, the true triune of love, peace, and happiness. The Heavenly Father, born in Sirius and given to rule over Orion, Osiris, and the Heavenly Virgin Mother, born in Sirius, given to rule over Sirius Isis, and the earthly son, born in Edfu Temple, here on earth, Horus, our ancestors, unified in unity as the real original Trinity, whom we call out to in prayer and chants at 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 9 p.m., according to Psalms 55, 16 through 17. Now, I want to stop here and say this to you all. When you chant, you're calling on Asar, Osiris, and Harar. Asar, Arashtat, and Osiris. They're the protectors over wickedness and evil on the planet. So when you're chanting, you're calling out to them. They're the protectors over evilness and wickedness on the planet called the Holy Trinity. Okay? So y'all don't spook out thinking, yeah, you're talking to your ancestors too, but you're calling out to them as well because the language is in the language that they speak on their planet, which is in Sirius and Orion. All right? He said, well, Tabitjet, my love, I just wanted to keep up with you and your well-being. I noticed on the 2 photos of yourself in Liberia, you look very thin and you did lose much weight. And is it a health matter or you just dropped it? Just worrying. I never told you this. I was 9 years old, living in Teaneck, New Jersey. That was around 1953 and 1954. While walking at sunset when I was first abducted by 3 grays, taken for 3 days and 3 nights, implanted in my nose with a tracking device that was removed in later life. My nose used to bleed a great deal back then. You can ask my sister Waki, Dale. Well, from then on, I would get abducted often. Yet every 10 years, the tall ones, not the grays, Ritskians, would come to talk with me. And I say this because they told me you used to be one of my consorts in a past life. They gave all the details, yet in another letter, this one is about now. Well, as you keep up with the 10 years, as you keep up with the 10 years, 1953, 1963, 1970, 1983, 1993, 2003, 2004, that is the year we were to have our great departure with them. Meaning that when Bob and I was in New York in the same places, we were supposed to be taken up and taken out of there. And I remember disappearing. I remember that part. I just remember waking up like, why am I still here? Because I was in the holding facility in New York. And Baba said we were to have our great departure with them. Yet this took place. The disagreeable ones of Enlil, sons, did this. They had you placed in New York. The reason you were to be taken along with me, I arranged that. Well, the wicked ones found out about our abduction in 2003 through 2004. So I was up in the air in a plane. And once the plane landed in New York, I was taken to a small room, lead-filled walls. Then the whole of New York was blacked out, if you remember. The lead walls and blackout made it impossible for the aliens to locate me. They saw you, yet could not find me. So they had to depart. If you look it up, you will see it's true. And that year, a UFO was seen by many in New York. That was them. They had to depart before the vortex closed and could not return until 2013. Yet the people, meaning members of the tribe, were not ready, all fighting each other. So they sent me to my hybrid daughter, half gray, Lou Kat. She asked me, am I ready to depart yet? I was very sick at the time with angioedema, a shapeshifter's disease. So I was not ready. So all the tribe missed it a second time. The aliens departed. If you look it up, you will see. They say a great meteorite passed close to the earth in 2013, yet they did not tell the public much. That was the craft again. Don't believe me? Check it out. Well, the next return and vortex opening will be in 2023, and I don't know if I will even be alive that year. After all, I'm very sick in this skin suit. He is getting weaker and weaker, and as in the movie, as in Starman cinema, I, Yanun, may have to depart Melikah's flesh. We can only rejuvenate the human's telomeres, yet for only so many cycles of flesh and blood cells. And he was granted the use of others' life, as you read in the holy tablets, how one can get time from another lifespan. Well, he used other lives he would have in the future, so others he gave of his 1,000-year life to help others since he been here. Many back in Brooklyn who came to him who were themselves very ill or a loved one was very ill and he gave them his own lives to live on. We disagreed with that, yet he did it again and again. And now his lifetime is up at the age of 72. So if he does not get to the great craft, Yanun will have to depart this or his skin suit. I wonder, do you understand what I'm saying? He had 1,000 years of lives, and he chose to heal others, even bring some back to life that was spending of his own time. If you remember, back in the 70s, none who was with him got sick or died. Some came sick and by his touch was healed, and others had passed over and he called them back. That was spending his lives to bring a earthling back. He had to spend 120 years, Genesis chapter 6, verse 3, for each. Well, he spent most of his extended life. Then you had all of those feminines draining him of Mafkuzet, Inpu, liquid gold. That also weakened him. I just wanted you to know why these days he is so weak and sick, and that his time is running out, while selfish people still try to use and abuse his kindness. Some even some who are his own DNA with their mother's selfishness in them. They really don't care about him because he did not know how to love as humans or act like a human father. They don't understand what he is. Melikah has emotions and tried to express them, yet Yanun, as an alien, does not have the earthly emotions. So Melikah was inside, lonely, all these years, crying out to be overstood and was not. And now all people think of is what they can gain from his life. He does have some DNA children who are like him and feel him. He knows that as well. Their love for him helped him. Most were too young to really know how much they meant to him, yet they are growing to feel him and want to heal him as hybrids. Some have the power, must use before they get drained by humans, males and females, who like him, they will replace the need to understand love and understanding of lust, which weakens aliens. Well, I don't even know if you understand all this, yet we felt to tell someone in case he don't make it. You have it. Of course, people will say that sounds crazy. That is what the Adamite genes does to them who live by faith and not their fate. Those who live by belief and not relief. So I just had to tell you, you have the record to know the next vortex opening is 2023. And again, most will miss it, not be ready. Our close on 2060. The 60 is the hour. Revelation chapter 14, verse 7. 18. Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. 1719 from 1970 to 2000 was the 30 years of the half hour. Revelation chapter 8 verse 1. And from 2000 to 2030, the next half hour. And finally, 2000 to 260, the final hour. Well, let me close for now, praying to read from you soon, and that you will let my words be known, and that you put aside your human emotions and try to help him, as he knows you love him like some of his DNA children who will read this and know why they feel so strange. Well, did you see that cinema? Gods of Egypt? Note how taller they are over the mortals. Notice also that they bleed gold. Note also they live 1,000 years. And notice so much more. That was how we lived when we came here 450,000 years ago. In Africa, others came after us and made the Adamites 6,000 years back from 2000 with love, old man time. So this letter is Baba was saying in a letter that he said the gods, we lived longer than humanoids and that we bleed gold, right? That's why they called us the golden children, because of our blood. He said that when before he got incarcerated, he had 1,000 years of extra life that he would give to other people. When he saw them dead, he was dying, he would bring them back to life. He would heal people. And each time he did it, he was giving up his lives. Now he doesn't have none for himself because he gave them all for humans, to save people and to help people in his life that were around him. And he said that a lot of people never got sick. A lot of the women that was around him, they never got old. They stayed looking young because they was draining him of Maf Kuzet. So Baba was saying that when we were in the same places at the same time, that aliens were going to take us up out of here. And I remember they told me to lay on my back, and I laid on my back. And then I remember being gone. And then next thing you know, I woke up, and I was like, wow, I'm still here. I was looking around like, yo, I'm still here. I couldn't believe it, man. So I don't know. Baba said that he arranged it. He arranged for me to be there. So you got people that are under the spell of Lawit Tenenu. Their minds are messed up mentally, right? And some of them, their minds are not messed up mentally. They know who we are. They know who Baba is. They know he's an alien, and they know that some of us are not from here. And a lot of people are seeing the Bureau, and they're calling it Neberu. And so it's your job as Sabians that know the truth to teach the people what that is and who the master teacher is, and stop making it about yourself. Stop it. Now I had that letter for the longest, and I sent it around, and they all started hating on me. I'm like, gosh, man, they was lying on me, making up stuff. Look, y'all, I've been working for years. He asked me to do this. I'm not making anything up. I'm not playing games with his life. I wouldn't do that. If I didn't want to be in Nawapo, I would just go out there in the world and be in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Dancing with these freaking devils. If that's how I felt. But I don't. This is where I want to be. I know the master teacher. I met him in the flesh. I showed y'all his picture. These pictures are real. He is our Pharaoh for this day and time. Don't let people tell y'all that he's not, because he is. Wake up, family, and know that. I know it's been 22 years. I don't know. The ancestors have a way of making things seem that they're one way when they're not. I was in there with them. I seen ETs. I felt them in my cell. It's real. He is Melchizedek. You just heard the God say that he was a cellmate to Baba. And he was saying that some people's conversations was so beneath him that he couldn't communicate with them because he's at such a high level of learning. And he was like, I can't get with this. I can't deal with this. Like Bobby used to say, he said, this ain't a place for me. He's like, I can't deal with this place. And what did I do? I got him moved, y'all. He's not over there in the dungeon down below. He can go outside and get some sun. Now they got the bird flu out. They got birds dropping everywhere dead. They got all the sharks in the Gulf of Mexico swimming to another side of the water. Sharks don't swim in schools. They don't swim in schools like fish do. They all moving. Y'all gotta go. Look, man, Y'all got to start looking at the times that we living in. I posted something on my Instagram. This man saw this big Kabbalah craft that was going in circles. He got scared and got in his truck. Look, there's UFOs everywhere. The master teacher is an alien. He's an extraterrestrial. And many of us saw him transform. I seen it with my own eyes. I know what I saw. Okay? One time he came out the office, he was 7 feet tall. And the sister Shabiba, she was like, nah, you got stilts in your shoes. He took his shoes off. I was like, oh, sweat. I was like, one time he came out the office, he was El Cook, Melchizedek. I was like, oh, sweat. I seen it with my own eyes. I'm not going to let nobody tell me that I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll see, because this ain't going to go on forever. And with that, in closing, y'all, I appreciate the love. Please continue to support me. I'm still working for the master teacher. I never stopped. And sometimes I have to take trips and go places and do things. And I'm tired of making announcements about it. Because the devil, when I'm talking, I'm entertaining the devils as well. Okay? Trust me, they listening. Because they work for the agent of the devil and they scared. They are scared than they ever been. Because of what's going to take place tomorrow. All right, y'all? Y'all stay safe. I will stay on for another 5 minutes if y'all got any questions. Okay? Take us to your leader. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about this. My people said Pop shape-shifted. Oh yeah. He shape-shifted many times. I seen it with my own eyes. Bob's eyes turned red, and somebody else one day, he was coming out the office, and they took me to the end of times. It was the worst thing ever. Yo, all I did was cry. I was like, no. And it wasn't me. It was because so many people was dying. It was just the worst y'all could ever think of, man. It's getting ready to get real ugly. The worst thing you could ever think of is about to happen. And the thing is this. Food, look, those of y'all that live in Georgia, if I was you, get a lot of water, get a generator, get a flashlight, and all of that, because the ancestors, they ain't playing. And you live in Texas, you a battleground for the devil. Crows was coming over there trying to warn them people about what's to come, and they still there. That's what discouraged me from continuing to learn the master teacher's teachings, because there's so many egos and misinformation. I just allow the spirits to lead me. Listen, the master teacher is writing all these books from prison, and they try to say it's not true. Listen, there are so many women. You talking to a woman that was in the feds that was writing books in there. And they rich now. They home and they rich from writing their little stories. They little like the movie like what 50 Cent doing with his movies called Power and all of that. You got people that are writing books like those type of lifestyles, books in prison. So how is Baba not writing books? You can write books in prison. That's a lie. My IG, hold on, I forgot it. I don't really be on the internet. Hold on a second. It's Tabitjet Yehuda. Tabitjet Yehuda. I'll put it in the description box. And if y'all want to look out for a sister who been really doing the work, the sister that got the master teacher back, the sister that been telling y'all about these fake people, the sister that been keeping it real, y'all look out for me. I'm the one doing the work. I'm the one. Matter of fact, I'm going to be talking to the master teacher again soon. And I'm going to need some money to pay the attorney, because I just spoke to him again and I found out that his daughter was lying. She said she spoke to Bob, but she's a freaking liar. He said he never spoke to her. He said he never told her she was the matriarch. She's a freaking liar, man. You know, but like he said, she ain't dealing with a full deck. So we just cut that conversation short. All right. So I want to thank y'all again. I'm about to hang up. Rahul Bat, Phase 1, thank you for tuning in, brother. And Jermaine Hudson, Rahul Bat, Phase 1, let's work together. You don't trust people, that's wise. What does your discernment say about I am? And seeing what you saw in the land. Yeah, I got you, sister. I'm still here, ready and willing to learn. Oh, thank you, Nia Asut Williams, Rahubat, heard about what he did at the pyramid back in the day. Yeah, great and dreadful day. Yeah. Thank you, Master Light. I appreciate that. And like I said, anybody who was rolling with Light Wave and I put you up on my wall, you didn't do anything to me. I just didn't think your appearance and the way that y'all dress, that's not how we dress with all those piercings and everything, you know. Life Ways was slandering my name. He was doing sorcery. He practices sorcery, and he's a warlock. And I got proof of that, okay? And I'm not gonna get into that. You know, he's a little cuckoo. He ain't wrapped too tight. And just like Paul, the self-appointed apostle, he was able to lure people and lie and act like he was all of this and that. And he never even walked with the Messiah, never walked with him. And he created a whole doctrine. And the master teacher said that Paul is in a place that you don't want to be. But Creflo Dollar and all them other so-called self-appointed apostles and people that's acting like they working for the Lord, they going to a horrible place, man. Like TD Jakes and them niggas, they going somewhere, woo! I wouldn't want to be them. Because Baba said, when he talked about Paul and the things that Paul did and where he's at, he said you don't want to be there. You know? So it's like you can't mislead people, use Baba's name, and act like you walk with the master teacher and mislead people. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're devils, like I said. So I'm going to end this call, y'all. I've been on here for almost 2 hours, more than 2 hours. I appreciate y'all. My Cash App is in the description. My PayPal is in the description. And if you send me a PayPal, like you're a merchant, I'm not going to get the money. I'm going to reverse the transaction because if you're selling something to me or you giving it to me, you give it to me as a family, as a friend. I'm not buying. If you're going to help me, help me. If you're not going to help me, then it's all good. You understand? Like I said, the Most High, they always make a way. I appreciate y'all. And no, I do not have my car yet. You know, it's still in the shop. And I didn't get up the money that I needed for it. So if y'all want to help me out with that, I appreciate it. Y'all have a nice shadow and Wadu.